Oh, I think we're back.
Maybe?
Are we back, guys?
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, Matthew says, welcome back.
There we go.
Oh, he actually says, nope, we're not back.
Oh.
He's hallucinating this.
Damn.
Rip. That's a pretty great hallucination.
Oh, that's annoying.
I think we are back, though.
What the heck happened?
It's the fickle and mysterious nature of technology. It be like that.
Fuck.
We are back.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry, guys, I don't know what happened. Everything just froze and then everything disconnected, so... My bad, I'm sorry!
Oops.
So, to answer your question about the spell message, you do not have to see the target, you have to know it's there, though. It is a targeted spell, so you can't just, like, throw it off into the void and hope it hits something. You need to, like, know that the target is there and know who you're speaking with.
Yeah, okay.
Well, let's pick a direction and go. And I just start kind of pulling Nova, and I just want to like point her like she's like a like
dowsing
a metal detector. Yeah, like a dowsing rod.
Okay, so left or right? Like I said, there were some doors that were people size that you could go through, and then also the sliding barn doors that lead to different areas of the barn. The sliding barn doors are where you're seeing people bring and lead horses through.
Kristy, pick.
The horses. Because we're looking for horses, right?
Left or right, though?
Left.
Yeah, always left.
Yeah.
I'm glad you did.
Okay. Heading left. You enter through the left. There is a very, very large stable with dozens and dozens of horses. There's a portion that is cut out. So you go immediately in the door, and then you can tell that those doors that were the people-sized probably have offices or something that's there, because there's a cut out portion in the barn where there's like a wall that kind of cuts into the barn area. Along the far walls, however, there are stalls with horses in them. Some of them are empty. Probably a quarter of them are empty. There are people walking around, some with horses, some without. There's tack wall on the back wall. There are like cleaning stalls that are set up so that with like hoses and buckets and brushes for like cleaning horses. But you're in a big stable.
All right, Nova, do what you do best. Look at that purple flower.
I will, I guess, do a perception check for purple.
Okay, go ahead.
Roll for purple.
Roll for purple. 19.
Okay. Are you walking up and down, looking in the stalls?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are you all joining her? What are you guys doing?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
unless I find unless there's like a horse that like starts like leaning out to smell me or something, I might like stop.
There are actually a few.
Never mind, I'm playing with a horse.
Okay. So Nova, and if you are accompanied by Torres, you walk up and down along, or at least up, down along the side. You lose Sir at some point because he stops to pet a horse. You're not immediately seeing any horses that have a purple flower tucked behind their ear. You are, however, approached by a shorter human man. He's got very, very curly, dirty, blonde hair, glasses. He's wearing very dirty clothing. It looks like he's been working pretty much all morning. And it comes over. Excuse me. I've never seen you around here before. Do you need something?
Yes, I'm actually looking for, like, this really cute horse. She was so adorable. I absolutely fell in love with her. She had a cute little purple flower in her hair. It was so cute.
I mean that does sound cute, but this is this is where we keep like all the horses for the city.
Yeah.
Civilians really aren't kind of allowed in here.
Oh.
We just wanted to bring her a treat because she was very good and she pulled the dray very dutifully and nobly. We didn't know if she was here or not. It's kind of hard. It's a big city. There's a lot of drays.
It is a big city. There are a lot of drays. Purple flower, you said? I could... I think I know what horse you're talking about. I think she's actually out working right now.
Oh.
On one of the drays.
Are we allowed to give her a snack while she's working? Is she allowed to eat a carrot and or apple while she's working?
That would be up to the operator of the dray. But I mean, I'm sure if you were a little sneaky about it, she could probably eat an apple without anybody seeing.
I'd like
Yes! Stick it to the man! Does she work in like a specific area? Or should we just like run around until we see her?
I'd have to check the rosters, but I can if you want.
Could you?
Sure.
Please? Thank you.
Sure. Just make sure you're not seen around. My bosses knew I was letting anybody who didn't work here in here. They'd be a little upset with, so just...
Oh yeah,
kinda
sure,
just-
sorry.
Okay.
We'll go wait outside.
Yeah,
Here,
yeah,
for your
yeah.
trouble, and I'll pass him 2 gold.
Okay. And he's like, oh, alright. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, just come outside and you tell us what she is. Thank you, bye.
Thank you, bye.
Okay.
Rip, I'm here.
Today's a day, guys, with technology.
So you guys go wait outside?
Yep.
We'll probably have to find
Ace. Yeah.
He is over by one of the stalls. Ace, you have been your attention has been solicited by a all black horse that has a white blaze on its forehead.
You're a real beaut, aren't you? I would actually like to have my own horse sometime. You seem like a nice fellow.
He's like mouthing at like your clothes to try and like probably to try to find treats in your pockets.
No, I'm sorry, I don't got anything fun to eat. I come like petting the top, and then I'm coming up underneath, and it's just I'm looking for a very special horse. I got a special horse too, but I'm looking for one with a little flower in her hair, named Maxine. Can you tell me where she is? He's not actually. He's just.
What if he's like one up breath?
He's also talking horse. Like, actually, she's my girlfriend. How'd you know?
He's an evil talking horse.
I've been looking for her as well.
It's that way that you ask animals, like you're not expecting a response. It's just that's what I'm doing right now.
You are approached then by your 2 friends.
Hello?
Are you having fun?
Yeah. Did you find her?
She's out working, apparently, but we're gonna go wait outside and he's gonna tell us which area she works.
Ah, alright.
Here, do you need to give your little new friend a parting gift? And I'll break off part of the carrot and I'll give it to Sir.
Let's feed.
This is why you always come prepared.
Oh, feed it.
Okay. So you hold your hand out.
Yeah.
Flat hand. Yeah, the very soft velvety horse lips.
Let's
Alright.
go wait outside.
Okay.
So you head out the door that you came in. You're there for not too long, about 5 minutes, before your friend that you met inside kind of slips out the door, and he does so. He kind of slips out and he closes without opening it very far, only far enough for him to come out, and closes it behind him quietly. He's got a journal in his hand that he has open. It looks like Silas, I guess his name is, operates the dray in and around the dock ward and the trade ward.
Okay.
Wait, I met Silas. He was a lovely gentleman.
We talked about that. We literally rode this dray.
What? I didn't think that was the dray with Maxina. That was. Oh, I don't know what's going on anymore. Thank you so much, kind sir. You have a lovely day. I hope all of your dreams come true. Would you like a worm before you head back?
No. Thank you. Sure. You're welcome. And it closes the journal. He actually watches you guys leave with a very quizzical look on his face before heading back in.
We have that effect on a lot of people.
Sure do.
Your excuse is you're from the circus. What's mine?
Your life is a circus.
Yeah.
Okay. What is it that we are doing?
Oh, my cat is clicking the Twitch chat and typing messages. We're gonna go to where he said she was with Silas. We were on the dray with Silas on our way after, because we already knew that we were trying to find Maxine. And I was asking him where all the horses lived.
Mm-hmm.
What day? I don't know what's going on anymore. Okay, to the place!
You have been told that the dray operators sometimes switch around, but they usually operate the same drays with the same horses. So he just informed you that a man named Silas was the one who took her dray today.
What if it's Silas's evil twin, Silas too? Wait, where did he say?
The dock ward. The dock ward and the trade ward.
Dock ward and the trade ward.
Okay. Wait, are we in the trade ward right now? Do we need to go more? I need to pull up a map of frickin' Waterdeep. Jesus Lord.
Basically, you're gonna have to just search the wards.
Okay. Let's get up a little mappy map here, and so I have a vague idea of where I am. But we would need to go more a little bit more south to get closer to where the dock ward is, right?
I think so.
Yes.
Should we just walk around on some of the main streets that connect the areas?
We could also just, we've got the coin, it's only a couple, we could just keep calling drays until we eventually get the one that we're looking for, and it will also make us travel a bit faster. And then we can also ask any of the dray operators whether or not they've, had any, because they probably talk with each other, so we could just we've got the coin for it, we could just keep calling drays. All three of us just sort of go to different parts, and then we...
So, split the party is what you're saying?
Or not. I know. We could stay together. But I think that if we just keep on calling enough drays, eventually we're going to find the one we're looking for.
I really want to see Maxine, though. I don't want someone else to be the one to see her, and I don't.
Then we'll go together, and we'll just keep calling more drays. We can ride a dray to examine around the, instead of walking around, because we're trying to find a dray in the first place.
Okay.
Literally 1 gold is 100 dray rides. Oh, we're so wasteful.
Are we gonna take 100 train rides today?
We'll go to a main road and hail a dray.
Okay. So you head to the main road from Hemmerin Stables. If my map will open.
No maps.
Wait, what road are we on right now?
No capes. You are currently... I can find it. You're in an area where there's like a... Because it's the same area where the silversmith is. So it's like a big cluster of buildings that's kind of connected by a few alleys. But if you get to the most main road from those alleys, you are on Slop Street. I hate the names of these roads.
That's a name.
Imagine living on Slop Street.
But you can, it's not a main road, but it is a road. If you would like to go and attempt to hail a dray, you guys can go outside. It takes a little bit for you to see one, and you do actually need to move down the road a bit in order to get its attention, but you are able to catch one.
Is Maxine there? Or Silas?
No.
Alright. So then we just...
To the dock ward?
Yeah, we just ride it to another ward, and then we ask them if they know... If they know where the routes are, and then we just keep an eye out while we ride. 3 things in one.
Should I ask the driver, this stray driver, where Silas is?
This is a human woman with very, very curly, short brown hair.
Alright, so just don't say that she has carpet hair, okay?
Don't say the what?
That she has carpet for hair.
Excuse me, miss.
She, I'm assuming you guys have given her your fare.
Oh yeah.
Oh, of course, as I
She
go back.
turns
I already marked it off.
over her shoulder to look at you. Yeah, what can I do for you?
We're on the lookout for a particular dray operator by the name of, is it Silas?
Alright.
I was just wondering, just since we're on our way, we're going to be looking for him. If the name rings a bell or not, it's totally fine if it doesn't. But figured I would ask.
Yeah, I know Silas.
Do you know? Does he have a particular route?
We don't generally. We operate in.
Or sector, I should say. Sorry.
Exactly. We don't do routes so much as sectors, because people will generally say, "Hey, I want to go here," and then we go there. But he's probably going to be sticking more to the dock ward today. Someone got sick, and he was taking over for him.
Oh, someone got sick. Does that mean he's not operating his normal dray?
No, he's not operating his normal dray.
Oh, that's so nice. Silas is such a good guy.
Alright. Well, we are going to the dock ward then, hoping to run into him. Please.
Okay, I can take you that way.
Thank you very much.
Alright. So you guys are brought through the trade ward to the dock ward. The dock ward is bustling with sailors and the like as always. The activity on the docks, there appears to be a lot more ships than normal. There are probably a lot of shipments coming in. Is there anywhere in particular that you would like to be in the dock ward?
Is he operating in a specific part of the dock ward, or is he moving through the entire ward? Are you aware?
Well, he's taking over for Marcus, I think. So he would probably be more towards the west in the south area. I can attempt to take you that way. I can't go too far.
As far as you can. You've already been incredibly helpful.
Okay. So she will take you to a point where you are within walking distance, essentially, of... Where'd my map go? There it is. Of the actual docks. So, like, the actual harbor. She has dropped you off at the corner of Adder Lane and Wastrel Alley.
Oof.
Alright.
Okay. You're in Dockwood.
Thank you so much. I hope you have a nice day.
You as well, as she heads off.
Rides off into the sunset.
Alright, so we've got approximately the western and southern part of the Dockwood to work with.
Mm-hmm.
Could start
What
with
are
the
we
main. We could start with the main streets and then sort of fan out off of there. But I'm sure if we also just go up and down the main streets long enough, we're going to see a Dray.
That sounds
Okay.
fine with me.
Alright.
All right. Roll me. Are you
Here we
first? Are you sticking together?
Yeah, I'm sticking
Yeah.
with people. If other people are going off, that's fine. but
Because I
won't
would-
be her.
I don't want to be alone and then get like a 2 on perception and be like, you missed.
Okay.
She literally walked by you and said hi, and you didn't realize.
I'm actually.
So go ahead and roll investigation for me then.
All of us?
Yep, all of you.
Investigation, I'm better at. It's cocked, but it could have. It's like cocked, but like almost on a 20.
You could use your inspiration.
Well, no, it's cocked, so I have to re-roll it anyway. But it was like halfway between a 20 and something else. It's a 1.
I got a 14.
I got a 15.
So, it was cocked on. I should have just lied. It's a 1.
Hey,
Hey.
no lying in this campaign. Okay.
It's a 1.
So walking through the streets of the Dockward, there is very little space for pedestrians in this area, whereas most of the more affluent or just better kept streets of Waterdeep have actual sidewalks. There aren't so many sidewalks here. On the occasion that someone goes by with a horse or even a cart pulled by a horse, you're having to kind of steps to the side into an alleyway to allow them to pass. There are also very few street signs. There are the occasional street sign, but most of the signs have been either stolen or oh god, what's the word? Vandalized.
It's those teens.
Yeah. Most of the shops don't even have signs. It's kind of one of those places where you just know because you live here. You search this area. It takes you roughly an hour to an hour and a half of searching. You keep turning corners and there's just no Dray in sight until you manage to see a Dray parked on the side of the road. And by side of the road, there's not much on the other side for people to walk by, but there's someone who has pulled over to the side near the buildings to be parked, but allow some people to walk by. A Dray pulled by 4 horses.
Is the purple flower the Maxine among them? Is Silas there?
You do see a purple flower behind a horse's ear, and you do see Silas, with whom you met before.
I'm gonna skip over and be like, Silas! Silas, hi!
He starts, but turns. Well, hello?
Hi!
It's nice to see you again so soon.
It's good to see you too. We heard they had to take over for another dray driver because they fell ill.
Yes, I did. I managed to take up another shift. Need the money, you know. Are you following me? What's going on?
Well, no, you see, actually, there was another day, like before, where we rode this dray, but not this dray because it wasn't you, but it was like this one with these horses, and we met Maxine, and that dray driver let us pet her a little, and she was just so nice and sweet, so I brought her an apple, and also a carrot, but I gave part of it to another horse, and we just wanted to thank her for being a good worker, and just give her a little treat, if that's allowed, and, you know, just like a minute just to tell her that she's such a good girl, if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just stopping for a minute, and he holds up some bread and like a hunk of cheese and some bread. I was just stopping for a minute for lunch. I'm sure the horses would appreciate a treat.
Okay, it's lunch for everyone. Thanks. Come on, guys.
You're welcome.
And we go to Maxine.
Okay.
I'm
On
going
God.
to telepathically message Purple Flower Horse Maxine.
Okay.
I'm holding the apple out for her.
Okay. She's already eating the apple. She's eating it straight out of your hand.
Was it Mert or was it Mert that wanted us to talk to her?
Mert wants us to talk to her.
Yeah.
Reinhard gave you the job, but it was from Mert.
Okay. So, turns out Mert has sent us to speak to you.
You see her ears kind of perk up. She doesn't respond, though.
He's wondering if you've heard any news about the guild wars between the Xanathars and the Zentrum.
She doesn't respond. You are, however, noticing the spell works. So she's getting the spell. The spell is working. She's just not responding to it.
Okay. Is
Her
that
ears are, however, moving around.
okay?
I don't know that it's not working. I'm just chilling with Silas.
We're getting the carrot out.
Okay.
Breaking off chunks.
Okay.
Are you just feeding her, or are you feeding all of them?
Well, I only have one apple and one carrot.
Maxine?
Roll a persuasion check.
Get out your scythe and roll an intimidation check. Send you to the glue factory, Maxine.
No, it's fine. 21, that was a natural 19, plus 2.
Okay. Okay. So she her ears, you say her name almost in a scolding way. Her ears flick again, and then there is a response. How do I know that it is Mert that sent you?
Well, good question.
Didn't we get the little flying note?
He gave us one of the notes to address to him after we got the information, so it probably has maybe a seal or something on it.
Does it have a seal?
Maybe.
It was a paper bird. It's just an enchanted piece of parchment.
Becky.
We didn't ask you about this.
I
don't think he's...
I mean, Sir can't help you because he doesn't know, but Dylan the player is trying to think. He didn't give us...
I don't think he gave us anything.
I think that's kind of part of the job.
Well,
Yeah.
he didn't really give me anything to prove it, but he is
giving us money to renovate Trollskull Manor, and as part of the loan, I was supposed to come talk to you.
Roll another persuasion check.
You could also technically specify the job was given to us through Raynar Neverember.
And I guess technically, Raynar told me to do this through Mert. It wasn't Mert that exactly told me. God. Persuasion?
Mm-hmm.
6. I rolled a 4 plus 2.
As much as I appreciate the food, I can't just give my information to just anyone.
That's fair. So, is there a way for us to win your trust or prove our honesty?
Sir can't help you, but
If I knew what was going on, I feel like there's... I don't know what's going on.
I mean...
She will message you guys in a minute. She's just trying to, gauge her first.
Okay, because I have an idea, but I don't know...
That's fine.
You would think about it yet, but Sir will think about it, because I thought about it, and Sir has a +1 intelligence, so it's fine.
Some sort of letter or token given to you by Mert would be better than just your word. I unfortunately don't know you. Although I did appreciate the pets the other day.
I love your flower. Just have to say you have the best tasting color. Anyway, 1 second, and I'm gonna message. I'm gonna message my party and be like, tell them what's going on, one at a time. Be like, so here's the deal.
Okay.
Sir would stop for a moment, and he's probably in the middle of talking to Tallice, and he's like,
Yeah, distraction.
Cluster headache.
And he would, yeah, he's like, so cluster headache. And he'll think back to you. Mert can probably understand if she gives you the information in code, in which case we don't know, but we can just send it to him anyway.
I was going to respond that I probably shouldn't tell people this, and I don't know if it's good to tell Maxine, but he's a harper, and I know that.
Well, Raynar is.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying
Raynar
Mert
was the
is.
one that's because, well, I mean, I feel like one could deduce that Mert is probably a harper since, well, okay, you guys wouldn't know that, but I know that from...
Yeah, how do you know he's a harper?
I just do. Don't worry about it. We'll talk about that later.
I wish I had message so I could be like, what are you two talking about?
But I don't know if it's a good idea to tell her that. I don't want to feel threatened.
I'm not sure if I should tell her that.
Well, why don't we try Sir's idea first, then?
You don't know that I told her
never
that
mind, I didn't say that.
It's only her to you.
I forget that it's not like a group.
I don't have that spell yet! I will get it eventually, but I don't have it yet!
We haven't unlocked group messaging.
Who in here doesn't have an iPhone? Why can't we iMessage her?
God damn it!
Sir has an Android.
God damn it! God, okay.
Well,
I will try Sir's idea first.
and ask her if it's possible to give us a coded message that we could put on this enchantment parchment that goes to Mert. And that way I wouldn't know exactly what the code is. Do you guys have a code? I don't know.
We don't have a code specifically. There are ways of communication. I can attempt to do that, though.
This fucking horse no thieves can't.
That's what I was asking. Like, do you guys have a code?
That we had thought of for Wish where they're like, oh, hey, baby. Freaking out in like weird movement.
I heard your uncle's coming to town. He brought 3 chickens. No. It was 2 hens and 1 chicken.
I don't know Thieves Can't.
I don't know. I don't know Thieves Can't either. That's not
None
gonna
of us
help.
know thieves can't.
Yeah.
You should steal someone's thieves can't sometime.
Oh, that's a good point. Okay.
Okay. So she responds. Yellow of the Fae and gray with anger are planting seeds in the eye.
Ink, are you writing that down? Because I don't have my
Yeah.
note.
I'm not writing it because I'm not hearing it. I don't want to write it. And
I'm instantly messaging it to Ace.
Yellow of the Fae. He's saying in his brain, yellow of the Fae and gray with anger are planting seeds in the eye.
I will repeat it back to her to confirm.
Yes. That is correct.
Okay. Is there anything else you want us to tell him from you, personally?
Really a horse.
Actually, you could add to the message. Are planting seeds in the eye at the gaping mouth.
At the gaping mouth.
Oh, I think Kristy knows what that is. Okay.
Beyond that, I have nothing else to say.
I will add that to Ace's message.
It cut out for Ace.
At the gape, planting seeds at the eye, in the eye at the gaping mouth, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the eye at the gaping mouth.
Yes. I just looked at the chat.
Now, Dylan wants to try and just now that I know it, Dylan wants to try and figure out what some of this means. I don't know. Is there a role that Sir can do to see if he can? I mean, because I'm thinking about what some stuff could mean anyway. But is there a role that can help?
I will allow you personally to attempt to decipher it when you can roll a intelligence check for a hint.
Sure. Okay, so Dylan personally can try, but for a hint I can do an intelligence check. I'll try the intelligence check for a hint right now, which is a 12.
Okay.
Because I was pointing out keywords, I makes me feel like anything kind of related to Xanathar.
Zaddy.
So then I will confirm that.
Gaping mouth could be the yawning portal.
Okay.
Or that or Nova wouldn't know this. Kristy thinks it's got something to do with the thing in Skullport, but I could be wrong. Nova would not know. Nova would not know. That's Kristy's meta knowledge.
Callista knows.
Callista might know, but yeah, no. That's
Yellow of the Fae. Yellow. Fae. He doesn't know Fae stuff that well, but there's two colors. Yellow of the Fae and gray with anger, which insinuates 2 people
Okay, I will confirm that.
are planting seeds in the eye. They're planting agents.
Okay.
So, 2 two members of the...
I know what it is! It's Davil and Yagra!
Davil and Yagra are planting seeds into the Xanathar's guild, Zentara.
From the Yawning Portal. But I don't know that.
But are we the seeds? Or is it other people? And also that means that Davil, Yellow of the Fae. Fae because he's an elf and he's got the long blonde hair.
Yagra's a half-orc, she's angry.
And she's Davil and Yagra are now we know that they're Zentarum agents. And that's
now it explains why he can get me a flying snake.
That explains also why the Xanathar's guild people from the beginning, our very wonderful friend, was causing problems with her anyway. Because she is Davil's bodyguard, and they're Zentarum agents. But are we the seeds? Or is it other people?
I just realized, I'm sorry if it was metagaming for me to say that.
Say what?
To say what we think the solution is, because I don't know it. Victoria heard it, but...
Oh, you're fine, don't worry.
We are all playing cooperatively, and I was, like, thinking it was those because it was, like, who are two people that, like, have beef with Xanathar? I mean, it could have been people we don't know, but Yellow of the Fae with the blonde hair and the elf is pretty good. Okay. Sir will just message back when you give me the whole thing. Alma just had like a really like weird sort of thing, but I think I know exactly what she's talking about, and we can talk about it later, actually, because it's important.
Okay.
Okay, so Silas is he was sitting there munching his cheese, and then
and Nova's just been sitting there in silence, just like looking through her like tarot book and just like looking at Maxine, looking at her book, looking at Maxine, like not saying a word.
Sir rubs his temple a bit, and he's like, "There's gonna be a storm coming in soon." It always happens. I get pressure change headaches, you know, when there's gonna be like a storm coming in. I don't know. Watch the weather.
Yeah, that happens to my mom all the time.
Yeah.
This guy's accent has changed like 6 times.
That's okay, mine too. It was a pleasure talking to you, though. Over your lunch. Don't want to keep you waiting too long.
Okay. I mean, yeah. Did you? And he's looking at Taurus, who's.
I want to whisper something to Maxine, and I don't know if she can answer. But like, at some point before we finish up, I just want to whisper. Are you really a horse?
She whispers back. Yes.
Okay. Have a nice day. Silas, thank you for letting us visit with Maxine. She's just truly... If one were to look in a dictionary under the definition of like horse, or like maybe like a dictionary of like phrases for like best horse, Maxine's a drawing of her would be in there. She's really just the greatest.
She is a very good horse.
She works hard.
I like working with her. She follows the training directions far better than any of the other horses. She was very easy to train.
She's a good girl. A good egg! Well, I mean, do we wanna just get... Can you take us back?
You want to actually just give us a ride?
Can we just give you money and you drive?
And with like the last bite of bread and cheese, he's like, "Oh yeah," and shoves it on his mouth.
Don't rush!
I'm done with my lord. I'm done with my lord. It's fine. Just hop it.
Absolutely not. You just have to take your full breaks since they are assigned to you and not cut. You shouldn't be working on your breaks. We are happy to wait.
And he's like chewing really, really fast.
No, don't stop.
It's fine. just a copper for the ride from each of you, and we can be on our way.
There you go, Silas. Do you have regular customers, Silas? You know, people that you like drive to work every day or something?
Yeah.
That's good. It's good to have regulars.
But are they just people that you recognize, or are they like nice people who talk to you?
A little of both. I drive mostly in the mornings, so a lot of the time people are too tired to make conversation, but we have some morning people.
What I'm saying is I want to be Deadpool and I want this guy to be the taxi driver from the Deadpool movies. And that's what I hope our relationship can be by the time we're level 5.
Okay.
Silas is gonna... Wait, I have to put this in... I don't know if this is, like, secret for...
Right. So, he actually will take you... he actually will take you to wherever you guys need to go. So he will take you to the Yawning Portal if that's where you're going, or home.
Are we sending off... Are we writing, like, to Mert love your buddies and folding it and, like, making it fly? Ooh.
If you start to say to take us to the Yawning Portal, Sir would say, let's go somewhere else.
Let's go somewhere else.
Maybe, we want to take a walk in the City of the Dead. And we always keep on forgetting because it keeps on getting close. Why don't we go there?
Oh yes, I can drop my worms off there. That'd be a great place for them to do their job.
Perfect.
In, like, a lot of ways.
Can I, oh god, I don't know if this is like... Yep, I'm gonna do it. She's gonna ask Maxine telepathically if she likes string music. String instruments.
What?
There's a pause.
Are you being cheeky?
I do indeed like string instruments.
Harper. I'm loving how smart we are today, guys.
Do you?
I've never learned, but I'm definitely interested in trying a few.
Both Mert and Raynar provide lessons. Should you be interested in learning?
You're welcome.
I didn't want to be like, hey, Raynar's a harper, are you a harper? So I wanted to be a little bit more subtle.
That was good. That was good. I wish that I could hear it because Dylan is impressed, but Sir is none the wiser.
Thanks for the information. I'll let them know you say hi.
She doesn't respond, but she continues along on your route to the city.
Bella just looks really proud of herself right now.
You should. That was good. Actually, take an inspiration point.
Hell yeah.
That is definitely inspiration point worthy.
So, up along the high road, actually, he takes you through the dock ward to Snail Street, which eventually turns into the high road. So the high road kind of snakes up and around, and Snail Street meets it, and then a high road continues forward.
Snail. Oh, okay. Yeah.
You take a right on Coffin March Lane, which brings you to the gates of the City of the Dead. The City of the Dead is very much like a Central Park sort of situation in Waterdeep. It obviously is basically the cemetery for the city. There are people who have, like, different families have, like, mausoleums here, which you can see actually as you're approaching the city now, or the park now, through the gates, which are open. You can see the different mausoleums that are spread out in this expansive park on the kind of grassy rolling hills. It is not a spooky drab cemetery by any means. There are tended to flower beds, which at this point in the season there are seasonal plants and flowers that are able to be blooming, but it's coming to a point where
some nice mums.
Yeah. like the annual flowers are starting to basically kind of go dormant because you're moving into fall. But there are very artfully placed clusters of trees and bushes. Some bushes are actually cut to be into different shapes, not anything concrete, like very abstract shapes. There are very beautiful sculptures and architecture that are around gravel paths that are winding through. People will come to the City of the Dead and they'll make a day of it. They'll visit long departed family members. They'll have a picnic, take a walk. It's very picturesque.
Before we leave Silas, I'm gonna pass him 2 gold, and I'm gonna thank him for letting us hang out.
Okay. The 2 gold hit his hand, and he. Oh no! I can't take that. That's way too much of a tip. I can't do that. Here, take at least one.
No, Silas! I swear to God.
She's going to hurt you if you decline. Just fair warning.
Like, just takes his
And
hand.
have the next time you have a day off. Enjoy yourself. And just remember that taxation is theft, so don't tell your boss about this.
You could also consider, I don't know, maybe take one of those gold and just say, we're opening a tab and we're gonna be your new regular Dre Riders.
That I can do with a good conscience. I appreciate it. A gold is more than I make in a week, so thank you.
Oh, also, we're gonna be opening up a new tavern in a few 10 days. We'll let you know when it opens. We'll find you, but you should come and hang out. Bye.
But okay. Wait, please.
I have not got. You're like already leaving, budget.
I'm with my worms now.
The name is patent pending. It's the old Troll Skull Manor. We're redoing it.
Where? I've never heard of it.
It's in Troll Skull Alley in Northward.
Northward.
In the north. It's on Troll Skull Alley in the Northward. We're gonna try and make it not super bougie posh.
I was about to make a comment about that. I don't normally go to the Northward unless I'm driving people around because I don't. And he kind of looks down at his just like wool kind of coat that he's wearing and just regular old boots. And he's like, I don't exactly fit in over there.
Well, I think that maybe 2 gold will be able to get you plenty of drinks and maybe even a room if you feel like staying. So how convenient is that?
The stars have aligned.
Have a good one, Silas. Maybe try something besides your bread and cheese sandwiches for once now.
I will. Thank you.
Bye, Silas.
Wait.
Ladies.
The dray goes off.
Ladies. And he literally takes his journal and he goes, let's walk and talk.
I have worms to bury.
You can do that while we walk and talk. I'm gonna walk them through.
Okay.
While I'm breaking down this epiphany that he had with this. So, Yellow the Fae, it could be that Davil guy. It sounds like Davil and Yagra because they're always in the Yawning Portal. Eyes, obviously, the Xanathar's Guild. And Gaping Mouth is the Yawning Portal itself. It sounds like there's Zentarum agents. I was thinking that, we can give the code to our message to Mert, but maybe as sort of like show our stuff a little bit, we actually give our own interpretation of that code to kind of prove that we kind of know what we're talking about. And while I'm explaining all of this, I'm actually checking the headstones because I'm actually trying to lead us because I'm looking for a stone for the Cormathus family.
Okay. Roll a perception check as you're walking. Are you sticking to the paths or are you moving around through the actual headstones and mausoleums?
Well, yeah, I'll walk off the paths when I start because let's say I'm looking for bigger headstones and mausoleums, assuming that that's more noble families, and then break off the path.
Okay, sounds good. Roll that perception check for me.
I rolled an 8, so it's a 6.
Okay.
It's just not
All right.
perceptive.
So as you're walking, it's a little bit hard to multitask. As you're explaining this to the girls as you're walking. There are plenty of mausoleums that you pass, and honestly, it depends on how deep you go into the park as well, because it's very, very expansive. It would probably take you a half hour to walk the length of it. You do see a very impressive statue towards the center of the park. It's extremely intricate, about 60 feet high. It's depicting there's like a circle of women and men who are armed and armored, striking down different sorts of monsters, trolls, orcs, hobgoblins, bugbears, all of whom are falling backward and outward around the statue away from the warriors. Above them, there's a griffin that is flying with a rider that appears to be a very skeletal knight, and his breastplate has a symbol on it. You may roll a religion check if you'd like to see what that symbol means.
I will. Oh, can I get in on that religion check?
Yeah, absolutely.
I never do religion. Let's do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm a cleric, guys.
My rolls are so poo-poo. Kachu, I rolled a 2, so a 3. I have
Mine's pretty poop too. I rolled an 8.
I've rolled
11.
I've rolled a 1, an 8, and a 2.
The symbol is a skull surrounded by a triangle that's kind of rounded. I don't know the name of that shape, but on this skeletal griffin rider's breastplate, you aren't familiar with what that symbol might mean.
Strange.
But the statue is also a fountain. So as you're kind of, thank you. As you're kind of approaching the statue, all of the wounds from the different monsters are actually spurting water.
Oh.
Goo.
A little morbid.
It's fairly impressive, actually.
It's a
I'm
very
digging
large
some nice
statue.
holes, and I'm making sure that they're dispersed so they each have like a territory. So I probably at this point am done with my worms.
God, she's so cute.
She rehomed all the worms. That's adorable.
So far, walking through the City of the Dead, unfortunately, sir, you have not seen any mausoleums that bear the name.
Okay. That skull that's in the what we learned as a rouleau.
Yes.
It's a human skull?
Yeah, human skull.
Yeah, okay. I'll just doodle it.
Sure. Can send you exactly what it
Is he good at art?
looks like.
No. He's trying. He's practicing.
All right. You guys are in the City of the Dead. Sir has been explaining to you what he thinks the code that you were given by your horse friend meant, but the rest of the day is yours. What are we doing?
Well, should we go talk to Raynar about what we know and send Mert the message with the parchment and then go talk to Raynar?
Do we want to put that interpretation on?
I was thinking we tell the interpretation to Raynar and just give Mert the flat message from Maxine.
Alright.
So we'll hold on to.
We'll flex a little bit to Raynar, but not flex to Mert yet.
There's also a concern because if I'm correct about this, and
they want to talk to us, right?
they won't talk to us, they know who Raynar is.
Exactly. So I think that's why
Because
we should
they-
tell Raynar at the very least.
Because they were the initial people that kidnapped him in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
And if they end up finding out that we were at that warehouse. But as far as they know, we went through a Xanathar base and fucked them up real bad, so we're kind of playing both sides.
Sounds like a them problem, not an us problem.
To be fair, I don't believe I told them the part about the warehouse. I mostly just told them about the actual sewer.
Right.
I know, it's just if they somehow were able to talk to those Kenku. I mean, we're
True.
not exactly the most general looking people.
Yeah, we kind of stand out a bit.
I am an
I kind of look at her and reminded of the glitter that goes everywhere wherever we go.
I think that what you say we should do is correct though, Nova. I think that we should give Mert the coded message, but then give Raynon the full message. Maybe
Or at
it'll help
least-
him with it.
Yeah. At
Yeah.
least give him an idea of what we think is happening. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, he's already looking into that devil fella, so
yeah.
if it turns out he's a Zentara mage, he'll probably find that out either pretty quickly or not at all, so it's at least better to tell him.
I agree.
Quick question: do either of you have any rations, like a little piece of bread?
Not on me.
I do.
I have other rations. I don't think I have bread.
Not. I do not. Sorry. I looked at the wrong thing. I have multiple characters open. I shouldn't.
Never mind.
We could hit a bakery and get some donuts.
No, it needs to be here.
Why do you need bread?
I just wanted to leave it for a nice treat. Like if there's like a little hole up in a tree, you could put it up there, and then maybe a fairy will get it, or like a squirrel. Maybe like a squirrel that is a fairy. I thought that'd be nice.
Does it have to
But
be
it's-
bread?
Well, usually like I think like bread or like honey or like milk or something sweet like fruit. You don't want to do meat. That's kind of fucked up. But like anything else.
Don't
would
we
be
have
fine.
some leftover fruit?
It's kind of fucked up.
Oh, we do have leftover candied fruit.
We have some candied fruit.
We didn't eat all of the strawberries.
Yeah, we have some strawberries left.
Wait, yeah. Do we really still have these strawberries from? Were they
Yeah,
from?
you do.
Yeah, we
Were
do.
they from last night?
Yeah, it was just from.
But they're
actually-
candied. They're still fine.
Are they still fine, DM?
They're surrounded by sugar, like they're encased in like hardened sugar.
Yeah, it
Okay.
keeps them from going bad too soon.
No one wants to eat these, right?
I mean, I'll
I'll
eat
take-
them, but if you want one.
Well, I have a use for them, so unless you like really need them, I would like
Go
to
ahead.
have them.
I need to keep up the fact that I eat once at least every episode. Those are good.
Okay, I'm just if there are any like trees that have little holes in them, or like little like openings like between the roots, or just like any really nice like flowers, I'm just gonna like leave some little bits of fruit.
There's
in them.
a cluster of 3 trees where the trunks have actually been intentionally moved so that they're growing in like a spiral. They're growing in like a spiral together, and there are kind of gnarled roots that are poking out of the ground a bit that you can leave your.
Oh yeah, or like putting them all around. Is that like those trees in that forest that like they grew like like
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
but around each other?
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so you leave your little candied strawberries. Nova and Sir, there is a chill breeze that kind of starts to blow through the park. Kind of just the fall crisp air as it's starting to get cooler. It's just kind of a moment where it's it's not painful, but it's momentarily cutting, and it kind of makes a shiver go down your spine. Taurus. The breeze moves through the park, and as it brushes past your face, there is almost a feeling of a hand cupping your cheek as it moves through.
Starting to get a bit chilly. Might need to.
I might actually need to
Get
get
new.
sleeves.
It worked. Okay, let's go.
Sorry, Chel.
Hi, best friend. I hope you're having a nice day. I love you.
I
Bye.
had this moment where I just pictured Nova in like muscle shirts and she's ripped the sleeves off.
Basically, she's wearing a sleeveless cloak. Like everything's sleeveless with her. She's just like out with her like fishnets.
Nova, why don't we both write? We can get both of these letters out pretty soon.
Sure.
At the same time, do you want to write Mert or do you want to write Raynar?
Oh, I was gonna just go talk to Raynar in person at his house.
Oh, well, I mean, we don't know if he's at his house, is what I was saying. At least if we write one of these, then we know it gets to him.
We do have 2 of those. We have multiple like flying paper thingies. Why don't we write the full code and translation and send it to Rainy Poo, and then we can just send the code to Mert.
Besides, we've been kind of bugging him a lot lately.
Yeah,
He likes when we bug him.
I know.
Yeah, but even when you really like being around people, sometimes you need space from them.
Alright, can I actually be honest? I just really want to see how these things work, so can I write him and you write Mert? Please? Oh.
Fine.
Yes. Alright.
Plus, wasn't he going out to like get information on Davil? So he's probably not home. He's probably somewhere else.
Yeah.
I will take the one that Mert gave us and start writing and give one of our other ones to Ace. So we have 4 left.
Are there word limits on these? Are they like a sending spell?
It's like a sheet of paper.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anything you input on a sheet of paper.
So I'll just write Raynar. We spoke with Maxine. This is her message, and then I write her coded message.
Okay.
And then I write, I think that I understand what she's saying. This is my interpretation, and I write, I kind of like write Yellow of the Fae equals Davil Star Song. Gray with anger equals Yagra. The eye, and you know, I draw the Xanathar symbol. And then gaping mouth, yawning portal, and then I'll say, could be wrong.
The seeds are planting agents.
The seeds. Yes, the seeds. They're planting agents. Kind of concerning since they want to talk to us. Extra concerning since he knows you. Underline. Period. Please be careful, sir.
Can you draw a little heart on it before you?
I dot the I and sir with a heart.
I will send the coded message to Mert, and then at the bottom, like I will sign it from all of us, and then at the bottom, signed from me, I write, I hear you do lessons in stringed instruments. I am very curious to hear more. Please let me know. Love, Nova. And I will sign it and send it.
Okay.
Wait, how does it work? How do they fly?
So, do you both fold them up?
Yep, fold.
Okay. So you start folding. You fold it in half, and the enchantment actually begins to take effect, and it starts to fold itself. So you fold it in half, and then you can take your hands away as the paper folds itself into a paper crane, which then begins flapping its wings and flies off.
I blow at it.
Okay. Sarah, same thing. You begin to fold it, starts to fold itself, set it off, and it flaps its wings and flies off.
Wow. This has been our most productive day since we actually this is it right now. A lot of the other days in between we were just getting day drunk.
Basically.
Or night drunk. Or morning drunk.
You're not wrong.
What do we want to do now?
Until we hear back from we could do work on the house.
Sure.
We could... I don't know. We haven't actually... Well, actually, we've relaxed a lot. I don't think I work today.
He gave you 3 days off, remember?
Yeah, I have 3 days off. So, I'm free tonight.
Do you know how to hammer wood and nails? What should we do in the house? Should we have a sleepover in the house? I can go back to the boats and I can get all of my pillows and blankets and we can like make a little like cuddle puddle. We can all hang out.
I kind of like it in a little bit of a dingy way. I'm not a carpenter, but I suppose. Well, I did say. I mean, we did mention the weather's getting a little bit cold. We could see if any of the shops have gotten in sort of like, you know, fall harvest wear. Because I did want to maybe see where you go shopping, Taurus.
Well, all I can say is the clothing is one thing, but it's the person who makes the outfit.
Well, that's the other thing. We could probably talk with some tailors in case we ended up deciding that we wanted to have at least some sort of uniform for employees at
like a sexy vest.
So there's a couple things that we could do. I mean, there's nothing wrong with, you know, we've got all this coin, and I kind of just feel bad with it burning a hole in my pocket, and I can't give it all to Kreb. Oh, there's also, yeah, I gotta pick some. Well, no, I think he's got to work on it another day. I think I gotta go pick it up tomorrow.
I have to go to the field ward. I forget if he said it was like one day, but I have to get Barnabas. Oh, forgot about him.
Oh my god, you really did get that thing taxidermied.
Yes, I did.
Where are you going to put it?
Above my bed.
As long as it's not on the second floor, I'm fine with it.
I thought that you were gonna say that you were gonna put it in the damn mansion.
No, it's a personal trophy. I think with all of these people that we killed who probably now want to kill us, and some of whom we didn't actually kill and they escaped or were knocked out, it might not be good to display like a dead baby thing that like it looks like the symbol in the like it has the little spokes and it's like a little spooky baby in the sewer. Like I just think that would be weird.
It would be weird. You really think
they would know I was in the sewer, and if they saw that, like, if they're hanging out there all the time, they probably see these all the time, and they would know.
Do you think that people are really trying to kill us?
Well, Krentz, whoever that eyeball-headed guy, he got away. He's probably like the one making. He's probably like bringing. Well, ew. What if he somehow was making them like in a weird biological way?
This is also sort of kind of crazy. We could go back there. Just because there's some sort of loose ends, you know.
Wait.
We could start.
Do you mean Chunk?
I don't mean Chunk. I mean the weird doors, and I mean if they're bad people, I mean there's probably a lot of other shit that we could take, you know, more chests and shit. We handled ourselves fine the last time. And also, I don't really like the idea of Krentz just walking around, so maybe we could kind of get him.
You're the one who wanted to keep him alive.
I wanted him to make a right choice, and he made a wrong one.
Well, I'm not sure we should go back.
Especially now that Davil knows about it.
Well, that and I kind of told the captain of the city guard where it was.
Oh!
You sure did.
So we've just
inadvertently
potentially established a gang versus police sewer war.
Nova, what the fuck?
Nova's not laughing, but Kristy is, because I'm just realizing how many people are going down into the sewer.
Look.
So, you know, like, they might come across Davil's people, and, like, there could be some sort of, like, confrontation happening down there if the city guard actually take what I said seriously. So, you know, like, the more people that go down there probably isn't the best idea.
Chel's
face.
All that I want to say about it is, we've suddenly got all these influential people that
Look,
are
I only
tugging us
told
around.
I only told the captain of the guard because that creepy
No, I'm not.
mustachy thing was really creepy.
I'm not mad at you, alright? I don't care. It was probably the right thing to do because it's going to mean that a lot of bad people probably get put away. But what I'm saying is, there's been a lot of influential, powerful people that have got in contact with us recently, and they're all trying to get us to do jobs. And I don't know about you, but I don't feel like being let around like with a carrot on a stick. They're probably giving us pennies in comparison to what they're probably getting from the information that we're doing for it. Maybe we should take a little bit of initiative and get ahead of the game,
By going back down there?
Oh no, maybe not going back down there, but we've learned a lot of stuff, and maybe it's time that we start dangling the carrot instead of having it dangled in front of us.
I mean, that's a fair point. It's just a matter
I'm
of
not saying we're
how-
adventurers or nothing, but
do we have a carrot to dangle?
Oh, you mean like not giving things away freely?
Yes,
Like
right?
demanding something in return?
well, but also, I mean, we know a little bit about Xanathar, we know a little bit about Zentarum, and there's a couple loose ends that I feel like if we work together, like I can't really understand.
What?
What?
He purposefully does that.
Oh, okay.
I can't stop thinking about that Stone of Galore.
Oh, do you want the money that may or may not exist? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying that the work that we've been doing recently has kind of lined my pocket with a lot more gold than I've ever seen before in my life. And I'm not saying that I'm motivated easily by money.
But you're
But
easily
with-
motivated.
Well, like, when I was doing my old job, those kids, I wouldn't have been able to give them 2 silver pieces to rub together, and I was able to give them both a gold without even batting an eye about it. We were able to give, Silas a couple gold just because he's been driving us around more than once.
That's true. I did spend 40 gold on cute outfits.
Alright, that's not exactly like an equal comparison, but what I'm saying is, there's a lot of people that have a lot of gold and they don't do bugger all with it, and we could do good stuff with it, and you're good, both of you, and what we're doing is good, and I don't know, I just don't want to be an errand boy. I think that we could be
Do you think we
real.
should go maybe how about this? How about instead of we'll go to the mansion, the manor, whatever, icky creepy place tonight and have a slumber party, but between now and then, maybe we can go to a temple that worships knowledge, or a library. Is there
Dude.
something like that?
You mean like yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe we can sit down, maybe
And do some research.
yeah.
Okay.
And also, I kind of want to go back to my place and get my armor and my weapons, because now you've kind of got me on the nerve that someone's going to try and stab me whenever I'm walking alone now.
Well, you should always wear protection, Ace.
He lifts. He's wearing kind of baggy pants, but he lifts it up. He's got the dagger that you gave him in his boot. But
But I mean the
more
art,
than that.
the actual protection.
I'm not gonna walk around the street with
Well,
metal
maybe we
strapped to me.
should.
Are we offline again?
No?
Maybe I should. Maybe, yeah. I mean, for the most part, yeah. Maybe I should wear that, or get maybe I can get a coat that has, a little bit of just extra pattern in it in case I don't want to wear metal strapped to it. It's kind of heavy, by the way. But yeah, no, I feel a little bit exposed, so I want to kind of gear up a bit. And I think that we should start making our own moves,
I suppose I could buy like a lot of cute outfits if we had however much gold people were talking about this whatever thing, if it's even real.
I'm talking about like maybe we actually go shopping for a little bit more than clothes, Adventuring gear.
Oh, so we're adventurers, are we?
Mercenary gear. And maybe and maybe we actually start thinking about adding a little bit of extra stuff into the manor, so that we can kind of use it as a safe place.
Like secret doors, like magical drinks that turn your skin blue when you drink them, but only temporarily.
Like secret doors and keep, maybe like some weapons in it and stuff like that.
The floorboards are actually knives.
Maybe not that bad, but yeah, that's sort of the idea. I don't know. I'm kind of talking out my ass at this point, but I mean, please tell me that I'm not being crazy and that there's actually some sense to what I'm saying.
No, I think it makes sense. We found ourselves the subject of attention of a lot of people in a very short amount of time. And some of those people that were left alive are probably not the kind of people whose attention we actually want. So it stands to reason that it can't hurt. Maybe we can talk to that, like, locksmith. I don't know, did locksmiths make, like, secret doors and secret compartments? I don't know if we could do that with all the guilds, or if we need, I don't know. But we'll do the library first, and then we can go and figure that out. Does that sound good?
Sounds like a plan.
Woo!
Okay. With that, let's take our break. Mostly because I really have to go to the bathroom.
Same!
So, we will be back in like 5 to 7 minutes with more Waterdeep.
Hell yeah. BRB.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back. I hope everybody had a great break. Got some snacks. Ready to continue our mercenaries, as you've called yourself, are hanging out in the city of the dead in Waterdeep.
Fucking around.
Talking about their next moves.
I feel like we're those kids that hang out in like the smoking pit in high school, just hanging out at the graveyard.
So, you guys can pick up your conversation where you left off, or we can move on. The day is yours.
We're gonna like try to. Do we know of like? Is there a library or is there like a temple to some god of like knowledge that would have like books?
The Temple of Kalimvor has books, but it's not a knowledge temple.
No, it is not. And their books were pretty limited, if you recall.
Yeah. They're more just kind of like one part soup kitchen, one part like church, actual church.
So, well, why don't you start with a religion check to see if you know any gods of knowledge?
Haha. 10.
No.
17.
What did you not won again?
No. I rolled a 3.
Oh, that's a little better.
They're bad. It is bad today for me.
I'm
It
all
is
over the
bad. I have not rolled above an 8.
Wow.
As far as gods go, the closest to exactly being the god of knowledge would be Ogma. He is the god of knowledge.
Is there a temple to Ogma here?
Yeah. So he's the god of knowledge and invention. His portfolio consists of inspiration, invention, knowledge. Frequently, he is worshipped by artists, bards, inventors, cartographers, scholars, people who create. Basically. There is a temple to him in Waterdeep. It's called the Font of Knowledge, which also functions as a library.
You want to go there?
Where is it?
The Font of Knowledge
I don't even know if Nova would know where that is.
is in the Sea Ward.
Oh boy.
And it's actually it's the same ward as the Temple of Kalimvor.
A lot of the temples of the
Temples
city
are
in the
going
Sea
to
Ward?
be in the Sea
Okay.
Ward. Yes, that is correct.
That's right. There isn't like a temple ward. That's kind of it.
Kind of far from the seaboard, aren't we?
It's like we're like as
Somebody
we're
across the side.
We're not. I don't think
No,
we're
City of
actually
the Dead
that
is
far.
east, and
It's
Seaward
on
is like
the
west.
west,
It's
so like we're
northwest.
opposite
That's right.
side
We're
of
on
the
the
city.
opposite side.
You're in the middle eastern part of the city, so you'd need to go
Oh,
basically northwest to get.
Dre.
Why don't we actually walk for a bit anyway? I wanted to see if the shops had, changed out because there's a holiday coming up. Might as well, we
What time
never
of
walk
day is it?
anywhere.
At this point of day, it is about 3 to 4 p.m.
Oh
You
wow,
guys
we
did a lot-
spent.
Yeah, you guys did
Yeah.
a lot of walking around because it was about noon when you left the bar, and then you went to the stables, and then you went to the dock ward. Now you're here, so
Yeah.
Okay.
We never walk anywhere anymore. Besides, we would probably just end up calling Silas back, and he probably has someone else that he wants to get somewhere.
Yeah, we
That's
can walk if we go through the North Ward. Maybe there'll be less traffic than in like the Trade Ward and the Dock Ward because there's not as many like shipments coming in. But there's also stores, so maybe that's not the case.
Well, can we just before we get into the Sea Ward, can we swing through the Dark Ward just so I can pick up some of my stuff?
That's like super far. That's like literally going like all the way down and then all the way back up.
I'm asking! You can say fucking no!
If we take a dray, we can.
I'll get my stuff another day. We'll just walk.
Okay.
God.
So,
I'm just saying that's like literally diagonal opposite and then all the way up.
So getting your steps in is fucking important.
okay.
I'm fine either way.
So you guys begin your journey out of the City of the Dead and through the city of Waterdeep itself. You have to move down the road to the main road, the high road, down Coffin March, which is the road that you took to get to the City of the Dead specifically. The high road will take you, actually, if you take it all the way up directly into the North Ward. It actually moves all the way through the city and out to the north. So you can take that main road, and as I said, it takes about 15 to 20 minutes to get through each ward of the city. So your journey is about half hour to 45 minutes long if you're walking the whole way. Where's my map here? So the Sea Ward is the highest point in Waterdeep. So it has cliffs that are kind of overlooking the ocean to the west. A lot of very rich and powerful people stay here, as well as run their businesses out of here. It is also where most of the temples are. Blue and gold are the colors of the Sea Ward. So there are blue and gold flags hanging from the lamp posts as you walked down the streets. All of which have a golden silhouette of a sea lion on them. This is where the Field of Triumph is. Field of Triumph, where you have competed before.
I gotta do that again.
Passing quite a few temples. There's temple to Gond, the House of Wonder, as it's called by the sign outside of it. There's temples to Mistra, and a very, very large, very, very large building that you're looking for, the Font of Knowledge. It is a couple of stories tall, 3 you could guess looking from the outside. It is white, and there are pillars that are holding up the next level up, surrounding the entirety of the building. The gate is open, however, there is a wrought iron fence that surrounds it, keeping it enclosed with a yard. There are a lot of people that are coming in and out of it. People wearing different colored robes. Just normal, commoners. It has a lot of foot traffic. It's one of, actually, roll a history check.
Like all of us?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ooh. 16.
Come on, sir.
18.
Come on, Ink, do it.
10. I rolled a 9.
Okay.
Double digits!
It was not a very high DC, so you all are able to grab this little bit of knowledge. It is one of the biggest libraries in all of the Sword Coast.
Oh, damn.
It is seconded only to Candlekeep itself.
Oh.
Ooh.
Shit.
So, there's lots of foot traffic. It is open to the public. Clerics, priests, acolytes of Agma are very much about sharing knowledge. Knowledge should not be a commodity. It should be open to everyone who is willing to learn. So that as part of that dogma, they very specifically keep the library open to the public during the day so that people can come in and out as they please and take advantage of the different resources at hand. But you are more than willing, or you're more than welcome if you're willing to enter the library that's before you.
Sure. Should we be like looking on our own? Or are we gonna like ask someone like, do you have information on redacted name of thing I'm not going to name out in public?
If you wouldn't name it out in public, you probably wouldn't want to ask someone in a public library.
But they're like the temple people. Maybe they're just like so holy that they... no, if they like sharing knowledge, they'll probably fucking tell everyone. I bet they're a bunch of gossips.
Why don't we see what we can find out on our own?
What exactly are we looking for again?
Message me in your mind and I'll respond in time.
What exactly are we looking for again? Because my player is a dumbass and can't remember what the fuck I'm doing.
We want to look for information on like the Stone of Galore, or maybe like Raynar's dad, Daggled Neverember, I think was his name. Like anything relating to that, so that we can try to have an edge on all of these people who are so obsessed with us.
Noted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay.
Okay.
Going inside, the building, as large as it was, there are 2 floors, but it is an completely open floor plan. There are offices, it looks like, on the stairs upstairs, but the lower level is entirely shelves full of books and tables, where there are many, many different races and kinds of people studying and sitting and taking notes with piles of books in front of them. There are also people walking around, people who are putting books away, people who are talking to others. There is very clearly a divide where there's some individuals who are wearing not very stereotypical scholarly robes, but they're all wearing the same outfit: a dark tan pair of pants with knee-high boots, a white shirt, and they're all wearing a necklace that has a silver scroll on it. So it's like a chain that comes down to like mid-chest. That is a silver scroll.
Is it sort of just free reign, or do you have to check in with one of them for checking out books?
That's what it appears to be. If you want to check out books to leave, you would. If you wanted to do so, you would need to probably talk to somebody. But based on what's going on around you, it's pretty much free reign. There are people that are going to shelves. There are areas where books can be put back so that someone who knows how the library works and the system that's there can put them back for you. It's basically a very stereotypical modern library in the sense that there are people around that that are there for assistance, but will allow you to do what you please.
Yeah, can I just
alphabetical?
Yeah, I was gonna ask, can I just ask one of them, sorry, first time in, was just wondering if everything is alphabetical by title or author, or if you sort of have different shelves for different subjects, just sort of how to navigate.
There are different sections for different subjects. This is a half-elven man that you were speaking with who has darker skin and short cropped black hair. There are different sections with different subjects. So there's going to be sections on just general history. There are going to be sections for fiction or non-fiction. And then within those different sections, there's going to be alphabetical by author. But it depends on what you're looking for specifically. Can I help you at all?
No, I might just look around a bit, but actually, just another follow-up question. Do you have possibly like a catalog of
for example, maybe like a catalog of just authors, that I could flip through to see if you have a particular person's work?
We do, actually. I can bring you a catalog. It's, again, it's separated out just to how the library itself is, so by different subjects, and then the authors are in alphabetical order, but you can see the titles in the catalog as well. We have multiples around the library that people can use, as long as they're returned. Please make sure you're returning them to the proper location.
Of course. I would love if I could have one of those catalogs, please.
Okay. So he steps off to a table that is kind of functioning as a desk, and he will grab a very thick book off of that table. It's
okay.
Like, thick book. And he will bring it to you.
Okay. If you two want to do stuff, I'm gonna compile a list of names to look to see if anyone under those names have written books.
I want to look for a section on the history of Waterdeep, or like prominent figures in water. Like, is there a section of like local history?
There's history in general, and you can go to like history around the Sword Coast, and you can go to that section, and you can look for specifically Waterdeep.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay. So roll an investigation check for me.
Ooh, that's pretty good. 18.
Okay. That particular section is easy enough to find, and moving through the different titles, you are able to find books specifically on the history of Waterdeep, which have sections on notable people that you can grab.
Yeah, I'll grab some stuff about like just like notable like politicians. If it seems like there's like any of the books have a table of contents and there's like recent history with like the Neverembers, anything about like them, or anything about like weird stuff in the city, like
Weird stuff. What
folk heroes?
No, like not legends like people, legends like myths. Like
urban legends?
Yeah, that one. Anything about like urban legends, if there's anything like that.
Okay. You said your roll was an 18?
Yeah.
Okay. You are... It's very easy to find books that talk about Waterdeep itself, books that talk about the different open lords of Waterdeep, which include Daggle Neverember. In this history section specifically, you are not finding anything about urban legends in the city.
Okay. I'll just take what I have for now and go read somewhere.
Okay. Dylan, what were you looking for specifically?
Yeah. I just want to see if there are books here that have been written, but first off, do they have Volo's books?
They do, yes.
Okay. I was just gonna look and see if anyone from the Neverember family have ever published a book.
Okay.
Sometimes politicians write books a lot of the time.
Yes, that's true.
If Mert ever wrote a book, adventurers might want to. If there was anyone that used the last name Starsong as an author, and Cormathus.
Okay.
So kind of just general people that I know. I want to see if they've written books.
Fair enough. You do not find anything with the Neverember name, as far as books are concerned.
Okay.
I'm looking through my notes here. Hold on.
That's okay. I know. It's a very weird, like, I'm gonna look and see if anyone that I've ever met has written a book.
Did Nova write a book?
Did I write a book? I don't know.
Oh, shit.
I may be writing a book.
You do obviously find Volo's books.
Yeah, I'll take his books. I don't know how many.
Quite a few.
Okay, maybe not all of them. How about
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, damn.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15 in total.
Shit.
okay? How about his guide to monsters?
Okay.
He wrote a guide to Waterdeep.
He did.
What does the DM feel like there's any that might even possibly, like, if you were to give me like maybe like 3 more that maybe would be just interesting for an aspiring adventurer to read?
Volo's Guide to the Sword Coast.
Okay. Other cities. Yep.
Obviously Volo's Guide to Waterdeep.
Yep.
Volo's Guide to Monsters.
Sword Coast. Yep. If the others are like a little bit too specific, then
Yeah, there's like Volo's Guide to Cormyr, Volo's Guide to the Dalelands.
okay, so it's like other places.
Yeah, mhm.
Yeah, no, those 3.
Basically what, and you guys kind of would have learned this with working with him, basically what Volo does is he travels and then will write basically annotations on lore for those places. So his Guide to Waterdeep, for example, would have information about Waterdeep, and he has annotations about monsters in his book Volo's Guide to Monsters. So that's essentially what he does, is he travels and he just observes and writes about things.
Nice.
So those are what you can get from that. There.
Yep.
Okay. Mert, you don't find, especially because you don't really know his last name.
Yeah.
So you don't find anything about Mert.
Yeah, that's fine.
Who else were you looking for specifically?
Starsong and Cormathus.
Okay. Star Song, no, you don't find anything.
Okay. I save the best for last.
So Volo's is all you find. You don't find
Volo.
anything Cormathus either.
Okay, nothing written by them. Okay.
Nothing that the library has or that is published anywhere.
Okay, well I'll take if Taurus is kind of making a stack on a table, I'll add his books and be like,
Okay.
you got anything interesting in your pile?
Oh, yeah. Did you know that Waterdeep was founded by people who are actually slugs? It's also right here in this book.
Show me.
Okay. Can I try to cast Minor Illusion?
Yeah, you can. Actually, roll a spellcasting ability check for
You're
me.
such a troll.
So
Poor
that would be
Ace.
A d20 plus your spellcasting modifier.
Oh, that's not very good. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Okay. Sir, please roll an
Yes.
investigation check.
Investigation.
Thanks!
Okay. So this doesn't necessarily mean you believe it,
No.
but you believe that this book says this.
Who fucking wrote this?
Do you know how many... Okay, hold on.
You're telling me it says the city of Waterdeep a long time ago. It says a long time ago.
Like a super long time ago.
Was founded by a council of slug people known as the Slugarians.
Yup.
And they didn't like each other for a while, but then they all came together
BFFs. Yeah, right there.
and became BFFs, parentheses, best fucking friends.
Yes, exactly.
And then form the city of Waterdeep,
Wait, it says best fucking friends?
It says best fucking friends. I was trying to think of like a slug pun, but I couldn't think of something off the top of my head. I think that maybe this was put in the wrong section.
Well, no, but did you also see this part here where they used to call it Slimy Deep?
I closed the book there. I closed the book, and then the page stays where it is.
Yeah, actually it would. I was gonna show it to you. So do you see, like...
We're doing serious work here.
I know, but it's like so easy. It's like when someone like shows something to a baby and then takes it away, and then the baby forgets that it exists. It's like, I'm sorry. I'll get back to work.
Nova, was there anything that you would
Crying.
like to say?
I don't know anymore.
I think Nova's actually more curious about other dreamwalkers.
Okay.
I don't know if that's something
Alright.
that she would find, but like that distraction.
You can try. Yeah, roll an investigation check.
God damn it, Victoria, you made me cry. Fuck.
Slimy deep.
Slimy beep. Oh, that's pretty good. Investigation. 22.
Okay. So you do find a book. It is, however, to your likely disappointment, a book that you find in like a pseudoscience section. You can grab it if you'd like.
I'll look and see what bullshit they're spouting. Sure.
Okay. All right. We will start with Victoria. So you have a few books on the history of Waterdeep and the history of the different open lords of Waterdeep.
Yeah.
Where would you like to begin?
Probably with the open lords. I'm gonna start with the more specific thing because I feel like this might be more fruitful, and if it's not, then I'll go through the other book. But I don't think it's gonna be as helpful as the open lords one.
So you were specifically looking for information on Dagult Neverember, correct?
Yeah, like what was he about? Like, what was his vibe?
Okay. So Dagult Neverember, he's a noble member, clearly, of the Neverember family. He's a member of the Lord's Alliance. He was originally born in Neverwinter. While he was in Neverwinter, he married a member of the Brandarth family, Brandarth, and added her property to his holdings and his wealth. He, with her, had a son, Raynar, Neverember.
Rainy.
Mm-hmm.
Kitty.
Yep, and then his wife passed away when Raynar was very young. And she left
Raynar.
everything to him. So Dagult was able to take her properties and make them his own. Neverwinter itself was destroyed. Was like wrought with just complete destruction in the year of 1469. And when that happened, Dagult took a big portion of his own wealth and used that to start repairing Neverwinter in the aftermath. It was the time at that point, it was after the spell plague. So during the spell plague, Neverwinter was completely destroyed, and Dagult was one of the people who was putting in a lot of his own money to repair it. He claims himself to be the rightful Lord Protector of Neverwinter. And Lord Protector is the name of the highest political figure in Neverwinter.
Kitty, stop.
He, however, was not able to prove his lineage, so he left with his son and came to Waterdeep, where he became the Open Lord, thanks to his political acumen and resources.
Wait, what was the title in Neverwinter that he
Lord
was claiming?
Protector.
Okay, sorry.
He was able to actually he became the Open Lord of Waterdeep in 1479, and you guys are currently in the year 1491. He became the Open Lord in that year and was able to use his resources to bring Waterdeep
So he was in power for 2 decades before he came here? Or a decade?
It was 10 years between the destruction and when he went to Waterdeep.
Yeah, gotcha.
But he was in Neverwinter still.
Being a noble, he was able to use his position and was using his own wealth to repair Neverwinter, but was unable to take the position of Lord Protector because he couldn't prove it.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
Okay, I understand.
Moved to Waterdeep, yes. Waterdeep, he was able to become the Open Lord thanks to his political acumen. He was able to bring Waterdeep back after years of neglect. The previous Open Lord was not as fruitful with Waterdeep. Now we'll get that name in just a sec. And then it was in the year 1489 that he was accused of embezzling money, but there was no proof for the matter.
In what year was that?
1489.
He's just not having a good, decade thing going on.
There was a meeting with the Lord's Alliance. The Lord's Alliance, if you remember, basically it's an alliance between a lot of the big city-states of the Sword Coast. So places like Neverwinter, Waterdeep, Baldur's Gate, the Elturgard, which is where Elturel is, all make up the Lord's Alliance. And the Lord's Alliance met with a group of metallic dragons, because this was during the time that the Cult of the Dragon was an issue. And during that meeting, Dagult was exiled from Waterdeep. This is where Laryl Silverhand came in. She used her power and she used her resources to usurp him and take his place.
No election? Are they normal? Is that different than how that normally goes down? Usurp sounds like it's sort of not normally a thing.
So the Open Lord of Waterdeep, there are the Open Lord, and then there are the Masked Lords. The Masked Lords, their identities are not known to all of Waterdeep. They literally wear masks and their identities are completely hidden. Hold on one sec. There are sometimes elections. It would depend on the situation. They're the only Lord of Waterdeep whose identity is publicly known, and there's only one at a time. When the previous one dies or steps down or is forced to step down, they're replaced by a new one. The Lord's Alliance typically has a pretty big part in deciding who the next Lord of Waterdeep is going to be. But the Lord's Alliance will listen to basically kind of an electoral college. They will act as an electoral college and listen to the people. The previous Lord of Waterdeep before, wow, that's quite the name. Before Dagult Neverember, her name is Lillian Viaton Delar Drageth, and I will send that to you to spell it. She was the Open Lord before him.
Is she dead?
Yes, she is.
Rip. Wowee.
Is Torres like reading this out loud?
No.
Okay.
With his exile, Dagult returned to Neverwinter, where he is actually currently the Lord Protector.
Oh. That worked out well.
Never Ember in Neverwinter.
Yeah, it's hard. I keep going back and forth with
Come on, D&D.
I will quietly give basically like that synopsis. I will give that to the group.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Alright. A good little history lesson, but I mean, it seems really unlikely that all of that money would really be all. Or no one would be able to find it if I mean, there's a whole bunch of other people in charge of the city that no one even knows about. Like, how would you hide it from them?
I don't know.
It's probably just a bunch of poppycock.
Being very, very sneaky.
Oh, he's very, very snaky, yes.
Or he didn't actually do it.
Did you say that? Oh, one of your books on on the noble families, or did you just get politicians?
I just got like the political history of Waterdeep and then like actual history of Waterdeep. I didn't get anything on the noble families.
Alright. Or is there a book that talks about the various noble families of Waterdeep?
You could look for one.
I would like to look for one. And then otherwise I'll just be sitting here and I guess reading Volo's books.
Whoa!
All right. You can go ahead and roll another investigation check.
Can you roll for me?
Are you genuinely asking?
Yeah. I just don't.
Ready?
No. I took a deep breath and then I looked at my die and I went, I don't want to roll it.
I can roll for you. What's your modifier?
It's just a +1.
That's a dirty 20.
I took my die out and I was holding it and I like put it down and I went, no, make Chel roll for it.
That's fine. That is A-okay. Yeah, you're able to find. Are you looking for like? Because like one of the things you're able to find is basically just a almanac, essentially, of the noble families' names, what they do. Are you looking for something more specific than that?
No, I don't think he would think of something more specific.
Okay.
I think that's a perfectly good place to start.
That's fine. So you've got a book that's basically an almanac of the different noble families in Waterdeep and surrounding boroughs, basically, because Waterdeep is a big city, but then there are smaller settlements kind of outside of Waterdeep that noble families will go out to, and they'll have a person from that noble family that's basically the mayor of that little settlement.
Okay.
So you've got an almanac of the noble families in Waterdeep. It has information regarding basically what their general trade is, the year that they were ennobled, if they have holdings elsewhere.
Okay.
That's what you got.
What does it mean for them to have been ennobled?
When they were essentially
given noble status.
Officially given noble status, yes.
Okay. Well, you know who I'm looking for. I'll look for Neverember in this just to corroborate what Raynar's already said that. Well, that's what he does, but I want to know if the Neverember family had anything specific, and then I'm gonna find something about these dang Cormathis people. Please. I think they were noble.
You do not find anything on the Neverember family. You can conclude that this is because they were nobles of Neverwinter, not Waterdeep.
Ah. Got it. Okay.
You do, however, find information on the Cormathis family.
Finally! Okay.
Okay. So the Cormathis family, they were ennobled in 1258. Hold on just a sec. I have a big list. Okay. They deal in mercenary training, outfitting for travelers, recruiting for that sort of
mercenary
line of work. Yeah.
Did you say training or trading?
Training.
Okay.
There is also a note that while it is former, this family did have a former interest in slave trade.
How former?
Dating back to the 1300s.
And it's the 1400s.
Correct. You are at 1491, and the first date you're given is 1320 for the slave trade stuff.
Does it list individual family members?
It does, actually. There are a few. The first is Harkus, Harkas, Cormathis. Tresh, Tresh, Cormathis. Nathaniel Cormathis.
Mm-hmm.
And Bastiabas. Bastiabas. I saw that face. Bastiabas.
Bastiabas.
Get that busty butch.
Yeah.
It only lists those four.
There are a few more names. I could keep going if you'd like.
How about this for an easier one? How many names are listed?
Roughly a dozen.
How many were in the cart?
Roll a history check to see if you can remember. That was a very traumatic moment in your life.
17.
Roughly a dozen. I will give you 2 more names.
Okay.
What was the last name I gave you? Was it the weird one?
Bestie Bess.
Okay. Tressia, Trysia.
Okay.
And Kingston.
Okay.
Those are names. The most normal name was Nathaniel.
Which one of these? How many of these are daughters? From the ones.
Tressia
Okay.
is a daughter. Where'd my list of names go? Crap. There it is. Tressia is a daughter. Read the names back to me really quick.
We have Harkus, Tresh, Nathaniel, Bestia Bess, Tressia, and Kingston.
Tressia is a daughter, and Tresh is a daughter.
Okay. You can. It'll probably be taking him a while reading through that, so you can do someone else for a second.
Okay. Nova, you've got your pseudoscience book.
I like that your response was, yeah.
Sorry, I'm like eating. I've been muting myself on stream so they don't hear me like just nomming down. You guys can probably hear me nomming, but the stream can't.
So earlier I had a popsicle, I don't know if you guys saw, and I didn't want to like suck on it because it's popsicle and I don't want to just like slurp in the mic, so I was biting it. And I have a friend watching the stream who was having a panic attack.
I was like, stop it! Your teeth!
She messaged me, was like, did you just bite that? Hi Angie, I love you.
Oh.
Anyway, so your pseudoscience book.
Yes.
It goes into all of these rituals that can be done to dreamwalk, sitting around a fire, burning
like hallucinogenic smoke type thing.
Essentially.
God damn it. Okay.
So and I can just picture Nova being like, this isn't how you do it. It is unfortunately not the same kind of dream walking that you do. You don't know if there's truth to it or not, but
Is there any notable names in this book, like either the author or just notable names of people that practice this voodoo?
Let me grab.
Just in case.
In this book, the author.
Don't bite popsicles in front of me.
I didn't
rage.
want to just like stuck on it on the mic, and I have to have my mic on all the time.
Yeah, that's fair. No, it's. I understand your method, your reasons of method. Yeah, I get it.
I mean, I'm using that as an excuse, but I always bite my popsicles. That's just what I do.
I mean, honestly, same.
I go back and forth. I'm a switch. I bite. I suck. You know.
I was gonna say I bite my ice cream too, and then that happened.
Stepping over that little hump. So the name of the author of the book is Fimar Dalor, which I will send to you.
Yes, please, because I don't have my.
Yeah,
notebook.
Fimardhalor. That's the author of the book.
Okay. Weird. I kind of just like slide it across the table really aggressively, like.
Hey, easy. Well, no, it's not the most interesting thing to do in the world, but come on now.
Well, it would be more interesting if it was accurate.
Have you... Why don't we, like, maybe... Because it's getting to... It probably took us a couple hours to read, right?
Oh,
so
yeah.
we're probably coming on closing time. Because it closes for the night, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we, like, maybe try to check out some books, and then we can get some nice pillows and blankets, and we can have a reading slumber party in the Grody Manor.
I'm going to message both of them. Did you find anything on the stone?
Nope.
No, nothing.
Oh, wait! Wait, alright, I'm gonna ask this out of character first, because I can't remember if I heard it in-game or out of game.
Okay.
The Stone of Galore is named after a certain kind of creature, and I don't remember if we were told that.
No, you were not.
No, I didn't know that.
I didn't know
Isn't
that.
it? Where did I hear that?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's the meta game.
I didn't.
That's why I wanted to ask. I literally don't know where I got. That's why I wanted to ask, because I was pretty sure that didn't come from the game.
That's fair.
Never mind. Don't know where that came from. Yeah. Woof.
Woof.
That's out of the brain.
Alright. What are we doing?
I feel like
Do you want to check out Volo's books?
Ah, yes, I forgot. I'm sorry.
Well, do we have time to read them?
no. Let's figure out how many we're allowed to check out, and then we can bring them back.
Yeah,
He looks.
We'll ask.
Uh,
Oh no, but we'll go ask someone how many books we're allowed to take out.
Okay.
He looks stressed out.
I mean, fair.
No, like upset.
Borderline existential crisis, stressed out?
Like upset.
Do you have tears in your eyes?
No.
Furrowed brow?
Yes.
Tail flicking?
Yes.
Agitated tail flicking?
Yes.
High shoulders?
Just walking around like this.
He's doesn't look like he can focus on anything. You know, and he's just sort of like he's like
Zoned out.
yeah,
Almost like
he can't-
disassociating, like with the surroundings.
Yeah, he's dissociating.
Thought so.
Yeah,
Okay.
because he's just going through books and he's just like flipping pages and he's like not even like doing anything.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Should we like just get these books and leave?
I'm asking someone. I'm gonna try and find someone.
It's easy enough to find somebody who's wearing that necklace and that outfit that everyone's wearing. They tell you that you can check out 5 books at a time, but you need to. They have a very similar ball or orb to when you
Register
with the city. You need to do essentially the same thing so that they can keep track of you, just in case you don't return your books.
Holy crap!
Because then they send Ida after you.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh jeez. Locate book.
Hi Dakota, don't know if you're watching. Okay, so what that really means is that's 5 books per person.
Yes.
I can pick out another. Well, so because I have 3 of Volo's books and I have this.
I don't have any books, so I can take any that you can't take. Because the book I was looking at is useless.
How thoroughly did you go through the history book?
I didn't really go through it because there was a lot of stuff about Daggle, and like honestly, sometimes I look at those names and I get just a little like my eyes start to cross because
I take the history book and I put it in front of Nova.
Okay.
Can I really quick ask them, like, just so that I can get out of their hair, if they have a book on symbology?
Specifically, because that's very
I know it's general.
wide subject.
Can they direct me to a few choices?
Sure. Yes.
I know. Players in a library is always like, can I find a book exactly on what I want?
And the DM's just like, stop!
As I'm like pulling every note page I have open.
I mean, let me see if I can get.
That's why I'm not asking any more questions. I'm letting you two do it. I'm like, no, I don't want to overwhelm Chel.
Let me see if I can
organization.
get
Fine,
more.
if you have questions, you can ask me whatever you want.
I'm trying to see if I can ask a more specific question.
Like branding? Because is that the symbol you're looking for is the one on your body or something different?
Yeah. How about family crests?
Okay.
If it's not already in the book
It's
that I
not.
have. Yeah, sure. Let's do family crests,
That's a good
and
idea.
then possibly just sort of a maybe guild symbology or or yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't think that I would necessarily be like, did someone write a book about all the different kinds of brands? Let's go with guild symbology.
Slave branding, you know?
Guild symbology and family crests.
Okay. Both are easy enough to find, especially just with the different sorts of almanacs that are going to be able to be found about Waterdeep. So both are very easy to find. There are also books on elemental symbols, alchemical symbols, those sorts of things as well. And literary symbolism.
Ooh.
Yeah, he'd be
No.
like, no.
Can I ask that to Ace? Could you maybe find out if there's any symbolism for magical runes? And I'm kind of like gesturing at my face.
Is there any tomes on like arcane symbology?
Yes.
Like arcane symbology and runes.
Yes, you can find a book on arcane symbology as well.
All right. So like those three, I can take
And-
one. I can give you the other two.
Yeah, I'll take the other two. I'll take the arcane
then you
symbology
also-
and the history book.
Well, you can have the arcane. Yeah, there was the arcane symbology. Well, because I have the three Volos,
Okay.
the noble families,
Okay.
and then I need to take like the family crest. So you need to take the history, arcane runes, and the guild symbology.
Gotcha. Okay.
8 books. Do you want us to take one of your folklore books, Taurus? Taurus!
You're muted,
You're
honey.
muted.
I only had the history book was my book.
Okay.
Okay, you didn't get a folklore book?
I couldn't find one. No.
Okay, then we'll check out those. We'll do, 4 and 4, or 4 and 4, or 5 and 3, or whatever.
Okay.
That's fine.
All right.
I thought I could find a book about like sewer gators, like living in caverns, and maybe he hid it in like a sewer gator cavern. I don't know.
That's cute that that's where your
Okay.
mind goes.
So are Nova and Sir checking books out, or are all
Yeah.
three of you checking?
I think just me and her,
Just
me
us
and
two.
Ace, because Torres isn't
I'm not
registered.
checking shit out.
Yeah,
You're
not
registered.
So, yeah.
There you go. I was just waiting for if there was going to be a mistake with that.
Nope.
I
Nova
know.
knows that she's not registered and won't press this issue. Be like, okay, you don't want to be registered, it's fine.
That's fine. Okay. With scanning your hand on the orb, you are able to check your books out.
Cool.
At this point, it's actually dark outside when you leave. You've been here a while, and the library had actually begun to clear out of patrons as well. What are you doing?
Are we going to the tavern? Like our tavern?
Well, we could, but there's like nowhere to sleep. It's like just rotting wood. Should we like? Can we go rent blankets from the tavern and then bring them? If we rent a room and just.
I mean, I have blankets and stuff back at my tent at the circus. I could just start pulling stuff over.
Let's go to the circus and grab some blankies and
Yeah,
then
why
we can. We can grab some dinner, and then we can go to the house.
Yeah, I'm sure we could ask for like extra sheets or something. I'm sure Zardoz would be fine with that.
Alright. I mean, we're already carrying all these books.
Or we
I
just
didn't
crash at the circus. I mean, you guys can crash in my tent if you want.
You can't crash in my room. It's exclusive VIP. Sorry.
That's fine.
Honestly, the tent actually sounds nicer than taking it all back to the manor.
Okay, then let's just go to my
We can do
tent.
that.
Alright, manor tomorrow or something.
Sure.
Okay.
Chel's waiting to, like, murder us with a ghost. You can see it in their face. They're like, dang. No murder
Chel's
today.
just like, just go. Just go. The ghost is waiting.
Okay. So you're able to head back south
By Dre.
by Trace.
Oh, sure.
Each of you.
More copper.
You guys are just spending that money.
Hell yeah.
To the dock ward. Further down. So the docks. There's a elevation discrepancy from the street to the docks. So basically, the street that runs along the docks, like directly parallel with it, is higher than the street, and there's like stairs that go down to the docks. And then if you go further to the directions west side of the docks, that's where the beach is, where the carnival typically resides. It is it's adjacent to the dock ward specifically, so it's not like part of the dock ward.
Right.
It's dock ward adjacent.
And there's, you said there was 3 ships?
Yeah, but they're usually docked a bit further out. There's
Like
kind
out,
of a
yeah.
So there's like the harbor, and then there's kind of docks that are further out that surround the harbor, where sometimes ships will wait if there's not a place to dock immediately. They're usually docked there. They will move 2 of the ships, so not all 3 of them. 2 of the ships will sometimes move to the docks if there's like a parade that's going to be happening, or if there's anything that's going to be set up in the city other than the carnival that's already there. But the one ship always stays, the flagship of the 3 always stays back at the further out docks.
What's the main ship's name again?
That's a good question.
It's like on the tip of my tongue, and I can't remember.
I know,
it's like the wishing, something. You're muted, honey.
Hellraiser, right? Heartbreaker.
I know the Hellraiser and Heartbreaker. What's the last one? I always forget the last one. It's like
There's
the wish.
so much information.
Something catcher?
In Waterdeep. It's something.
Eye catcher? Is it eye catcher?
I think it's eye catcher. I'm pulling it up right now.
Because I remember thinking that it's very like dream catcher, but not.
Yeah, the Heartbreaker, the eye catcher, and the Hellraiser.
Hey, I did it! Hell yeah!
The eye catcher is the flagship. It is Zardoz's personal ship.
Yes.
Get out of here, kitty.
The other 2 are what house a lot of the carnival members. There are some that choose to do what you do, and they stay in their tent on the beach. But there are some that also stay on the ship. And
I'm
then
a beach girl.
Yeah, and that's also where the parade wagons are kept on those 2 other ships as well. So, you guys are able to make your way to the beach. The vine started playing in my head. Beach.
Beach! Hell yeah, beach!
Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
But you're able to make your way to the beach to Nova's tent. The carnival is running currently. It's only about 8:30 p.m. So there's
shit.
There's
Dinner's
activity
carnival
going.
food. Dinner's carnival food.
Funnel cake. We're all gonna have the shit.
I guess I'll open up for
hours.
Yeah, I'm gonna open up shop for like 3 hours. And you guys can
And where are we? So
you
we're
guys
just
can
gonna
chill?
walk up.
You guys are gonna go get
Hang
carnival
out,
food for
Reed.
dinner, right? Just bring me back some.
Okay.
She loves those fried pickles.
We're not having. There's
No.
got to be something better.
Get the donuts.
Salty Pete, you don't want Salty Pete's fried pickles.
I do not want pickles. You have fun with that.
Get to fish on a stick.
You can leave the books
Popcorn.
with me, and you guys can go get food.
Yeah. Okay.
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 You guys head off?
And I will
To get
open up shop since it's still open.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me a percentile dice. Please.
Come on, girl. Be on your game. Get like a 99.
I wish.
Get like a 69.
Actually, I got a 76, so not bad. Not bad.
Not bad at all. Okay. So during your time opening up here at the carnival, you are able, let me look at you are able to make about 15 gold.
Hell yeah.
That is for being open for the entire period that you're here.
Okay.
Everybody else going to get food.
Yeah.
Is there anything in particular that you wanted?
The closest thing that could be like a meal, like sandwiches.
Yeah, there's like portable sandwiches that are wrapped in like wax paper that you can get. There's like some sort of gigantic poultry leg. You're not sure if it's a
I love
turkey.
getting those at Ren Fair.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
then she
it is.
wanted donuts, so
Okay.
a dozen.
So a total of we'll say-
Torres, you better not make me fucking pay for it here. This is your fair.
What? Sorry, the cats are emotional.
Are you making me pay for the fair food?
Oh no, I'll pay.
Okay.
It's a
Pick
total
whatever you want.
of 1 gold, 5 silver.
Oh, I suppose I can cover it.
That wasn't me being stingy. That was just like, really, you're gonna like stand next to me and watch me pay?
I
You
would've
were playing with a
If
cat.
my dice weren't being threatened to be knocked to the floor.
Wait,
by
do we
the
get like a
serious
carnival
cat.
employee discount? Is that a thing, or do we get like a tag thing? No.
No. These are like medieval cheapskates. Honestly, they'd probably charge more to their.
I mean, fair, yeah. I don't think I give people discounts unless like they're you guys.
Is there anyone who's here, like, that looks really cool? I mean, like, aside from all the cool people that like work here, are there any like cool people like hanging out, or like weird looking people, or like people doing interesting things?
I mean, yeah, there's lots of very drunk people. As is pretty typical for this point of the night with the carnival. There's individuals who are a lot of times it's very like almost Mardi Gras-esque. People sometimes will dress up to come in like very scantily clad and jingly clothing because it's fun to dance around to the music. And so yeah, there's lots of people
Are there any people watching us?
watching you guys specifically.
Yeah.
Good question.
Should I roll for it?
Yeah, roll perception.
Okay. Oh, we're gonna do the metal pink dice. Okay, go, baby. Natural 1. I shouldn't have done that.
You don't notice anybody looking at you
This
specifically.
dice is called Circus, and I should have trusted Circus. God damn it. Well, should we go like sit in the back of Nova's tent, or like do you want to sit somewhere else with the books? Do you want to like play some games? Do you want to go for a swim? Do you want to like build a sand castle? Because Nova's like pretty busy. Like there's like a line of people.
Roll for Sandcastle.
Do people actually like?
I have a big ass tent. You could sit in the back. I have a like.
No, but do people hang on the beach
Yeah.
at night?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Go.
Let's
Roll for Sandcastles.
let's not distract her. Why don't we go down to the water?
I want to put put my feet in it, and I like when that thing happens where you stand, and then the water comes up and washes all the sand away, but then as it pulls you back, it like buries them, and then it keeps doing it, and your feet just get sucked in. That's like my favorite thing. I have to take my shoes off, though.
He, like, has kind of been frowning, and he smiles a little bit. And he frowns again.
Hold on, I'm gonna see... Oh yeah, I noticed. That's the 18 plus...
Yeah.
That's a 19.
He doesn't hide.
Well, I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't oblivious to it.
Mm.
I mean, my passive insight probably would have picked it up, but I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I picked it up. I'm just giving him time.
Yeah, well, don't... Let's...
Here, put the food down. You already ate a bunch of it. And just trust me, just take your shoes off. Just leave them here. No one's gonna steal them. So, they might get stolen, but that's okay. I'll get you new ones if that happens. Don't worry about it.
Taurus, am I taking the fucking boots off or not?
Absolutely. Bare feet, please.
He sits down. And
Nope, stand up. Oh, okay. Sorry.
And unlaces the fucking boot. Calm your shit. Takes off one boot. Unlaces the other, takes off the other, holds them up dramatically, and just...
Well, now they're probably saddened to them, you heathen. You didn't have to throw them. Come along, dear.
I fucking love Taurus.
He dropped them onto, like, the...
Heathen.
Okay, come on. And I'm gonna kind of, like, put one hand on his back, because I realized I'm, like, 5 feet tall. I'm gonna, like, reach up, and I'm gonna grab his arm. Come on. Just, like, lead him.
You would not be able to drag him if he didn't want to go, so he's like going along. He's like,
I'm pretty sure I have like a plus. Oh no, I have a +0 to strength.
You want to do a strength contest with me, girl?
No. Actually, I'd probably win with your dice rolls.
I'll go for it.
Let's just see. For posterity's sake.
Oh my god.
Strength is plus.
Oh, that's a 3!
I rolled a 15.
Shit.
So that's 18. So you like tug him a bit and he goes absolutely nowhere, but then no, he'll follow you.
Yeah, stand right here. And just feel it, the water and the sand on your toes.
Alright.
So when the water kind of rushes over your feet, the sand starts to kind of break up a bit, and your feet sink into the sand a bit. Your toes kind of grip the wet. It's a very nice, calming feeling. The feeling of the water kind of lapping over your toes. It smells nice. It's got that very nice, salty ocean air smell.
Dylan, the player, is getting emotional because I've lived by the beach my entire life, and I've done these like nighttime stand on the beaches. So he's doing what I do. He's doing what I do, where you kind of flex your toes a bit to kind of like dig a little hole.
Dig it in more, yeah. Dig it in more.
To dig a little hole, and then you basically put on sand slippers.
Yeah, when the water loosens the sand up a bit as it runs over it, your feet kind of sink in as you scrunch your toes up.
Do you hear the sound? Ignore the background noise of the carnival, but it just comes in, and it goes back out, and it comes in, and it's just noise.
You hear the occasional albatross squawking in the distance.
And it's not good or bad, it just is. And I know that you're upset, but just remember that things don't have to be good or bad, they can just be. Even though you're much bigger than a grain of sand, you can still be like the beach. And just be calm, and think about what's happening, or what may have happened to you. And then you can make your choices from there. Do you want to tell me what's wrong? Or do you just want to sit for a while?
I want to sit for a while, and I want to tell you what's wrong.
If you tell me something about you, I'll tell you something about me.
That's actually a lot harder than you think it is.
Oh, I am completely aware, darling.
What's that supposed to mean?
Do you ever feel like you're... like everything that you've done is a lie? And that what exists around you, the things that you've created, are based off of an alternative perception of yourself and not the you that you actually think you are, but you're created by the people around you. Or what they want from you.
No, do you want to talk about something?
No! I want to hear about you!
I don't feel like I'm shaped by anyone. I don't really feel like I'm shaped at all. I act a certain way, and maybe it's because I think that that's how I should act. Yeah, that part's kind of true, but it's because I don't remember anything past 2 months ago. There's nothing there. And I thought that if I just stopped trying to figure it out, that I would just remember and that it wasn't going to be a problem anymore, but there's nothing there. I don't know what my name is. I don't know if I live in this city. I don't know if I got a mom and a dad or a family at all. All I know is that I'm big and scary and good at fucking swinging a sword. And that only leaves a few possibilities, and most of them are not good people. Taurus.
Hey.
You know, I was kind of hoping that, someone would be like, oh, hey, and say a name that I don't recognize and just pull me into a hug, and I would be like, yes, of course. Besides you two, and I mean, yeah, there's Kreb and there's Ike, but there's fucking no one. There's fucking nothing there. It's like getting a book and you got 2 pages in it. No one wants to read that book.
Why does it matter what came before? Why don't you write your own book?
I'm trying to, but I can't help feeling that, there were things that were left undone. Important things. He sits in the sand. And he does the same thing with his tail that he did with his feet. I'm wet. It's fine. The first thing... Are we in a secluded-ish place?
Yeah, I mean, I imagined we kind of went off to the side-ish.
Yeah, there are people on the beach, but if you guys would have liked to have gone to a place that people weren't in the general vicinity of you, where you could talk more privately, then that's okay.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what we would have done.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing that I remember is like straight out of a fucking nightmare. I was in a cart underneath like a dozen or so people.
People?
Yeah.
What do you mean, people?
Like people in a cart.
Like you were
Like-
on a dray?
No, not like on a dray. Like a corpse cart. They were dead.
Ew.
It fucking stank, and it was fucking disgusting. And I didn't know a single one of them. It was a whole family, completely fucking slaughtered, and I was at the bottom of a cart, and I didn't know who the fuck I was or why I was there. Might as well have been dead. And I tried to ignore it for 2 months now. It was working really fucking well. I wasn't thinking about it. But I read one of those books that I saw that family's name, and it all just came back. And part of me doesn't want to have to try and figure it out, and part of me is ripping myself apart because I've missed out on 20 something fucking years of my life. I don't know how old I am. You know, I don't fucking know anything. You know, it's really easy to just say, well, just start over. But there's still decades of a life fucking gone, you know, and every now and then it's like, oh, I can fucking carve a duck out of driftwood. I can fucking swing a sword. I fucking know how to fight. The fuck does it all mean? Sorry.
No, you're fine. I mean, it seems like it wasn't necessarily a good life or a bad life, but it was your life. And it's hard to not have that.
Yeah, I mean, I get really worried that maybe I was like some kind of asshole. But maybe I wasn't an asshole. I mean, I'm not an asshole. What the fuck? I'm not an asshole.
Not, but you can't. Oh, never mind. We will talk about that later. You are a genuinely good person. You know that, right? Regardless of whatever previous you may have done, you are the you right now, and you are a good person, and you care about your friends, and you don't want to hurt people even when they've shown that they were bad. And it's... I don't want to disregard the you that was, but at the same time, the you that is and the you that could be are pretty great, all things considered. I mean, it's been 2 months and you have like a fuck ton of gold in a house and a business incoming, and you have a bunch of like really hot ladies that like you, and like a couple guys too, I think, and like probably some other people, and you're decently smart with certain things, and you know, you are already in 2 months you've created a whole life that is meaningful and valuable. And that I'm not saying that your past is neither meaningful nor valuable, but it was, but it is no longer.
I mean, so are you telling me that I should just continue with what I'm doing and just forget about it? You know, forget about the fact that maybe I have like a family or people that care about me and that think that I just fucking walked off the face of the planet.
You already have people that care about you. You can make a family.
I know I can, but I mean, that doesn't stop me from thinking about how, I don't know, what if there's someone fucking waiting for me or something? Am I just supposed to say, don't remember, so fuck it? Is that what I'm supposed to do? I don't know what I'm supposed to fucking do. I don't know if I'm from this fucking city.
I mean, if you want to look into it, we can certainly devote energies to that, but why focus on that when we can move forward? I mean, if it's important to you, we can.
I don't know if it's important to me. I can't decide. And it fucking pisses me off because I feel like I'm stuck between being able to be whoever the fuck I want and wanting to know who the fuck I was. And I'm swearing way too much. I'm fucking sorry.
Well, how about right now just try to be. And try not to think about what was or what will be. Take the time to just exist and avoid attaching any meaning to any of it. And then take some time to think about what's actually important to you. All of the things that you know that you have in your life right now, all the things that you think you might have had before. And decide which one you think is more important. But you can't do that if you have all of this little there's like a little storm. It's like a little hurricane, little thing behind your eyes, and you have the same little crease right here that Nova gets when you're frustrated, and your tail was like, it was like, so you're clearly very stressed. And I think you need to just take that and put it in a little ball, and I'll pick up a handful of sand, and just say, fuck it, and I'll throw it into the ocean. And just be.
Just be.
For right now. For the rest of the night.
For the rest of the night, just be.
Yeah, just enjoy the present moment and stop attaching meanings from the past and intentions of the future. Just enjoy the sensory experience that you're having right now.
Can I just be a guy that wants to build a sandcastle with my friend?
Oh, you already were that person. Let's go. And we'll build a sandcastle. It's probably really shitty.
Hell yeah!
Well, yeah, you know the poo-poo castle with the poo-poo sand. It's the wet sand that when you
yeah, and you dribble it and it looks like
and it just makes a little and it's a poo-poo castle.
Little turd in your head.
You find a seagull feather and you stick it in the top.
Some like little like twig sticking out of the side, and it has like a little algae moat.
Okay. Nova, this can be about when you wrap up if you'd like.
Sure.
And join your friends on the beach. You find them building
Poo-poo castles.
Are you guys having fun?
We're just being a couple of idiots on the beach.
Look at our sandcastle.
How good is it, DM?
Should we roll like a dex?
Please roll, please roll.
Performance?
Roll performance, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Okay, good
We're
thing I
good
have
at
a
that.
good
We're
modifier
both-
for that,
we're
because
both
that roll
good
was
at that.
trash.
We're both good at that.
11. I had a bad roll. That was a 5.
Mine's
To
also
11? That's pretty good.
I rolled an 8, and so it also became an 11.
Okay.
But it's not bad. It's not like
Intricate.
competition sandcastle like level, but it resembles a sandcastle.
All right. So you have to go. See, we both built a castle, and now we're gonna go. We're gonna go to war. But
Oh.
we want you. But you can be like the. Helen of Troy doesn't exist. But you can be like. You can decide like which castle is stronger. So like this is mine, and so like there's like only like a little actual castle, and mostly what he did is built a moat and a wall, and he stuck in like a bunch of twigs. So it's very like scary, and he's like ace for ace.
Oh.
It is a tactical marvel. I've got moat that goes around the entire perimeter, and it is built up on a cliffside, so that it can rain down on whatever your castle's name is.
Oh, you mean the extravagant chocolate palace of Cocobongo the Trunk, aka the dead crown I found on the beach? Who is its queen? It's Supreme Ruler.
Wait, tell me the name again.
The Supreme Palace of Cocobongo the Trunk.
Cocobongo the Chunk.
The Trunk.
The trunk.
And I just have like a dead crab and like half of its legs are missing. And it's like shoved inside of just this like very avant-garde collection of the little like poopy towers and just like random mounds. And I tried to like make a little bridge, but it's like kind of collapsing. Like I dug like a hole and underneath like, but yeah. You see, Queen Cocobongo, her palace is made out of chocolate, but it's like magical chocolate. So if you're bad and you try to eat it, you shit your brains out until you die. But if you're good, it's the best chocolate ever. And she is the queen of the crab people. In an alliance with the slugs of Slimy Beep.
I love it. I love it. It's great.
God, you guys crack me up. All right, you got your sandcastles.
Cocobongo the Trunk.
Yes, illustrious queen. Well, Nova, did you have a nice time reading your cards?
Yeah, I actually made pretty good money today.
Ooh. Are you gonna make a castle?
Do you want me to?
You can, or you could like jump on these ones before the waves get them.
I'll make one.
Or we could
we'll
like
see which
dig a
one the
really
waves
deep
get
hole and
first.
put you inside of it.
Oh god, no, I'll pass on that one. Natural one.
To jump on the castles?
Natural one to build my own.
Oh. What was your roll? Discord froze for me for a sec. One. Okay.
Poo-poo castle.
Poo-poo castle. It's just like a mound of
It's just
sand,
a
like a stick in
spile.
it.
Yeah, that was probably actually poops on partially on you.
Oh no.
So it's like pretty late. We should probably get back to the tent. Good castle though. Sure that when you're done with it, it would have looked really cool.
All right. I'm not one for building things, okay? I just like kick it. Kick the
I
stick.
was going to say you could really see the natural influences in the
For
architecture.
Nova Scotia, no!
Okay, the food's probably like really cold now, and Ace ate like a lot of it, but
She literally keeps on saying that. I ate a lot of it, but she literally still has crumbs on her face.
no, I don't.
Oh wait, no, you don't, because you have mask of many fucking. God damn it.
Fuck you.
I need to be paying attention. I need to be paying attention for when you recast that shit.
I do it every hour. I have to do it every hour.
I don't pay attention to you.
I do.
Nova's been well aware that something's up from like day -3.
Yeah, I've noticed for a while. I just haven't pushed the buttons.
Yep.
It's the same thing with Ace. I know about Ace's memory loss a while ago, and I haven't said anything. But I am going to telepathically message Ace and just ask, are you feeling a little better?
I feel better.
Okay. If you ever need to talk or want another dreamscape reading, just ask, okay?
Then I will start heading back to my tent.
Okay. The carnival is still going, albeit a little less crowded than before. And your tent is a little along the edges, so you guys can go to it and attempt to relax for your evening.
I'll close it up, put up the close sign, and...
Okay.
To clarify, I am not sleeping here because I can't cast shit in my sleep.
Okay. That's fine. I'm gonna go to the boat.
Yee.
Okay. The way that the docks that are a bit further out work, it's basically like docks that have been built in like a circle around the harbor too, so you can walk out there. Okay. So, do you stay on the Hellraiser or do you stay on the Heartbreaker?
I stay on the Heartbreaker. I'm pretty sure we already decided this because
Okay.
that's where all of the hot people are.
Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, no, I'm on whatever boat has all the hotties.
Okay.
And fun people.
Sounds good. All right. You guys wrapping up your day?
Yeah, I think we're
Okay.
just like chilling in my
Yeah.
tent, start opening the books and reading, like bedtime reading.
Okay.
And I'll set
He's
up
reading and
like a
starting
couple
his
my
new.
couple bedrolls that I usually have for like the people and the pillows for the people. I'll just set it up in a little semicircle.
Okay.
I brought back driftwood from the beach, so he's starting a new garden.
Beach. Nicki
Yeah.
You will not get to know what it is because it's gonna take a while.
I still have to check your proficiencies.
Okay. So you guys can take your long rest.
Oh yeah.
We didn't spend a single class ability.
We did another episode of little to nothing accomplished,
Oh, yeah, I guess
but
we
I
did.
feel so satisfied.
We literally just
Talk to a
did this
horse.
all. We did it all through. Well, we did the job in like one day,
Mm-hmm.
which was pretty good.
Yeah, you guys got it accomplished.
Now we chillin'.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
And we
I'm
were super smart, and we like deciphered that like coded message pretty.
Mhm.
Pretty cool.
Like we were pretty good.
I can't wait for the return messages, though. Oh my god.
I don't know if they're gonna send us return messages.
Or they'll just show up, because we did tell them where we were.
Yeah, I mean, they know where to find us.
They know where to find us.
Rainy!
Sir.
Oh, let me put in my second
Oh,
headphone.
let me mute myself. Yeah, I'm
I
also
thought we were done. I thought we were going offline.
Chel never said, they never said
That's
that
right.
we're done. Zah!
The sounds of the carnival wrapping up lull you to sleep. Next to your friend Nova on bedrolls in her tent. You've had an emotional day. You've gotten some information that wasn't the greatest. And despite your conversation with Torres, when the night goes dark, And the sounds stop, and you're alone with your own thoughts. Nova sleeping softly next to you. You can hear soft inhales and exhales as she breathes. The thoughts return. And those thoughts lull you to sleep along with the gentle sounds from the carnival outside. And then suddenly, around you, screams erupt. Blood-curdling, wet, gurgling screams. It's dark, but you realize it's dark because your eyes are closed. It's difficult for you to open them. There is something willing you to keep them shut, willing you because you're afraid that when you open your eyes, you will see the source of the screaming. But you do. Your eyes open. And you have to blink multiple times because a dark, viscous red liquid is dripping through the hair that is slicked wet to your forehead. You're sitting on the ground. You realize now that there is also wet underneath you. You look down. You are sitting in a pool of blood. You're not sure if it's your own. You're not sure if it's belonging to the body that is laying on the ground next to you. A body, another one, dozens around you, bodies everywhere, screaming as people cry for help from rooms over. Your hand is not red. Your skin is not red. What are you doing?
You said rooms. I'm inside somewhere because you said rooms.
Mm-hmm. You are in a room.
And I'm not. My skin isn't red.
No.
It's
tan.
And they're still screaming?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Stand up. Make sure that this blood isn't me. No, I'm in a dream. I wouldn't do that. He'd stand up and
you slip a bit as your bare foot slides through the blood that's on the ground underneath you. To catch yourself a bit, stand up. There's blood all over your hands, all over the clothes that you're wearing. You look around. You're standing in a sitting area. There are couches that are turned over, broken, furniture that's broken.
And dead people in here.
And dead people.
Okay. What? How am I dressed?
You are wearing, your pants are a deep purple silk bedclothes. Your shirt matches, but it is torn.
Does my dream brain recognize the screams?
Roll perception.
I'm guessing with my regular stats.
Yes.
I rolled an 18, so it's a 16.
You do. You do recognize the screams. Your dream brain cannot pull a name. Your dream brain cannot pull a relationship. It's a feeling. It's a feeling of recognition. It's a feeling of love. It is a feeling of panic as you listen to this woman scream. And then it stops abruptly.
Okay. Is there something to arm myself with?
There are no weapons.
I mean, like a leg of a chair?
Yep.
Okay. Let's go towards that. With that.
Okay. The screaming had abruptly stopped when you took a moment to try and recognize it. But you head through where you remember the screaming coming from. There's a door. Open the door into a hallway.
Okay. Does Dreambrain have a feeling of knowing the layout of this house?
Mhm.
Like I live here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll, check if the hallway's clear. Gonna go. I mean, I guess I could technically go room by room, but fuck. Let's actually go room by room.
Okay. Coming out into the hallway, there are hand streaks of blood along the walls. As you're moving through, the hallway goes down about 20 feet before opening up into a bigger area where there are stairs coming up. This is very clearly a manor of some kind. Room by room, are you just opening each door as you pass them?
It's like hard to explain because in dreams what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I probably don't even know if I'm dreaming, but like if I can be like, okay, this is a room. If I know generally what's behind the door, I want bedrooms.
So you walk by closet on your right, walk by bathroom on your left, you walk by a parlor, like a dining room of some kind, where it opens up into the stairs. Bedrooms are upstairs.
Go into the bedrooms.
You step foot onto the stairs, and your shoulder begins to burn.
Oh no.
A white, hot, searing pain as if somebody has branded you.
Okay. Can I feel under my bed shirt and feel there?
Mm-hmm. It's a familiar mark to you.
Okay.
It hurts to touch.
Okay.
It's not fresh, but it is causing you pain anyway. As you're moving up into the upper portion of the house.
No, you said I don't have a name, because I feel the want to call out, but there's no name.
You feel the want to call out. Your voice is caught in your throat. You cannot speak.
Okay, we're just going to the bedrooms.
Okay. You don't know where to go, but you know where to go. Your feet are carrying you. You think bedroom, you're going to bedroom. Your feet are carrying you up these stairs and down the hallway to a door. You open it.
Listen.
Nothing.
Try them up quietly.
Turns.
Open it.
Open it. This is a bedroom. There's a 4-poster bed with very extravagantly made sheets and bed things. There's a fireplace in this room. There is a armoire that has double doors that open up. There is a vanity that has a mirror with a cushioned chair in front of it, on which are like perfumes and makeup, those sorts of things. There are nightstands on either side of the bed with lanterns that have candles in them. Candles are not lit. The lanterns are broken. The perfumes are knocked over, spilled onto the floor. The chair with the cushion in front of the vanity is knocked over. Fireplace, which was once lit, is now out. On the ground in the middle of this room, a very blonde-haired woman, curly, is laying eviscerated. Blood everywhere. Innards plain and visible. Standing next to her as you open the door, you look up to a towering 9 feet in this room with vaulted ceilings. Someone turns to you. This someone is very, very tall. I see your face. I can't look at you. Red skin. Wings. Leathered wings that fold as you enter. He turns, but just before you're able to see his face, you wake up in a cold sweat panic.
Oh, look at my hands.
Red skin, as normal.
Look at Nova.
Asleep next to you.
I shuffle her.
Nova, you wake up.
Ace? What's wrong? What happened?
Pull you up into a hug.
Oh, I just hugged him tight. Did you have a dream? Did you have a bad dream? Okay. I'm just like stroking his back, trying to just soothe him, letting him cry. Rubbing his hair. It's okay. It can't hurt you anymore.
It already did.
Did you remember something?
It. I don't know. I remembered I wasn't me. Or maybe I was. I was different. I was there. I don't understand. I need your help.
Of course. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to interpret what you saw, or do you want to try and go back to sleep and I can try?
No, I don't want to go back to sleep.
Okay. We can do a cold reading. Well, I guess it's pretty warm.
It's fucking hot.
Is he like fevering?
He feels warm.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna start making like a cold brewed tea from my purple tea set and just pour him some just to like get him to calm down.
Okay.
And pull out my notebooks and get ready to start writing that all down.
Okay.
It wasn't me. Nova. I didn't look like me.
I'm sorry. Fucking Victoria, I'm sorry. I'll stop.
Ninja.
I think it was like I was there. And it happened. I'm like, that family.
something slaughtered them. I knew where to go, but not where to go. It was in a manor. It was bodies and screaming, and I was in like pajamas, and I felt the burning on my shoulder, and I ran up to someone's room. I opened the door, and there was something there. It was big.
Huge. 9 or 10 feet tall.
9 or 10 feet tall. Wings, red skin.
Yep. Horns.
So
Tail.
The horns kind of came up and in.
Did it seem more demonic or devilish? Would Ace know the difference?
You can roll for it if you'd like, Ace.
Sure. History or Arcana?
History,
or...
yes, please. Sorry.
Yeah, 10. We have Volo's Guide to Monsters.
That's true, you do.
Yeah, I pull out that book and
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I immediately thought was flip through.
Also, can you roll percentile? Because Nova is pulling cards.
Doing a reading.
Yep.
75.
Okay.
Yeah, no. While it's still fresh in my memory, I want to be like, come on, fucking get on. You've fucking seen everything. Come on, give me something.
Let me open up those kind of monsters.
Pick a number between 1 and 12, BB.
6.
4. I had a D12.
Okay.
To answer your question, if it was more devilish or demonish. Devilish.
It was a devil. I mean, I was really scared at first. I thought it was me, but it was bigger, and I didn't see its face. I absolutely slaughtered them. I don't know why. This is me miming going through Volo's boat. I want to pretend that this didn't happen. I want to pretend that it didn't have anything to do with me, Nova, but it has something to do with me. Those people are dead. They're all dead. It's gotta be. I saw them in the book that I was reading at the library. There was a couple. Oh no! I was hoping that maybe one of the daughters or something married into another family. That there's someone that I could fucking talk to about this.
Oh.
Nova, at it again.
Oh, I don't want to read this. I don't want to read it.
Do it to him. You know you gotta do it to him.
Does
think
Kristy or Nova does
both doesn't like, especially Nova does not want to read this.
No. Nova.
Should I turn my camera off so my lack of poker face doesn't give me anything away?
Yeah.
No, this is not so much about the situation. This is very Ace specific.
Well, tell me something here, Nova.
Okay. Yeah, the 5 of Pentacles.
Show us the card.
You pulled it. It's not reversed, but it's not Good.
Oh, that doesn't look like a happy card. There's a dead baby on the ground.
So, this card indicates going through rough times, whether physically or financially. That is hard enough, but this card carries a more distressing message. You are letting these hard times erode your spirit, your faith, your desires. You don't have the energy to get through this time. You have no faith that things can turn around, and you don't even desire to seek help, even if it's available. But you're asking for help, so the card's probably wrong.
Is that all the card says?
I mean, it is a little distressing that there's a lot of red and it could be blood. I don't know. Blood is... It could have dual meanings. It could be the essence of life force or passion or desire. But it could also, on the flip side, be the more negative connotations of blood and death. And the card I pulled, I gotta find out what card I pulled. I'm scared.
I wish you were there, but I don't want to go back in there. Oh god.
And the other card indicates that you are unable or unwilling to make a choice. It can also represent being faced with two unappealing choices and feeling forced to pick the lesser of two evils. I pulled the Two of Wands reversed on Nova's Insight.
Taurus told me to just be and not worry about what was before, but how am I supposed to ignore that this entire family was completely slaughtered, and it seems like no one has any idea what went on? How am I supposed to fucking ignore that?
Don't think you can. I mean, if it's seeping into your dreams, that means that it's a part of your soul, and your soul is still connected to that memory.
What about this fucking brand? I felt it in there.
You felt pain in your dream?
I felt like I was being fucking stuck with a piece of hot metal. You know? The fucking thing.
Did it feel like... I don't know how to explain it. Did it actually feel like you were physically awake? With the pain?
No.
Okay.
If...
Because you weren't lucid dreaming. You weren't aware that it was a dream until you woke up, right?
I felt really real.
Okay. That's not normal. Feeling pain while you're dreaming is very not normal.
It fucking hurt. And it was this. It was the same spot. It was burning. I couldn't talk. And I had no idea what was going on. It was like I was just watching, and I was like on rails, you know, like my feet were moving without me thinking about where I was going.
Did you feel angry at all?
I felt scared and confused.
Panicked.
You know, look, I was, you know, people were dying all around me.
I'm very confused.
Yeah, you and me both. You and me fucking both.
I feel like there's a lot of choices here, and I think we gotta narrow it down a bit. Ace, you want to remember, don't you?
At the very least, I want to know what happened to that family. If that thing is real and is still out there, I mean, people could be in some serious danger.
I think you're right, because this doesn't sound like a normal dream. This isn't your subconscious trying to deal with everyday life. This feels more like an actual memory, and if you're feeling physical pain while dreaming, something more powerful must have happened to you. That's very not normal, Ace. It's concerning.
Yeah, I get it's not normal. Alright, when there's anything about us other than fucking normal, by DM. But no one knows who the fuck I am, least of all me. How the fuck am I supposed to get anyone to listen to me about this? What am I supposed to do?
I'll ask around.
There's... Look,
I believe you. I believe this is very real.
Thank you for what it's worth. He's like flipping through all the books. He's flipping to the family's page in the family directory.
Okay.
And he's like, this is them. And then with the family crests, if I open that one, can I find their family?
Yes.
Because I think they had like little patches. No, they had rings. No, they had... They had rings.
Initials.
They all had some really sick belly piercings. Belly button piercings.
Okay.
DRK?
Yeah, I believe that's what it was.
Yeah, and there's no D in the list of names I have.
Oh my god. Are you kidding me?
There's Harkus, Nathaniel. There's no D.
Let me go look at the other names I had, because there were a few more. Dragos. Dragos.
It was definitely them. And Nathaniel. Nova, do you remember Nathaniel?
Do I?
In my dream that you were there.
Oh, yes.
His name was Nathaniel. He was writing to an Elizabeth.
I can read that letter to you guys again if you
Yes,
would like.
please. I don't think I wrote it down.
I got it. It's in our thing.
Oh, is it?
It said, "My dearest Elizabeth, I hope this letter finds you well. You will not find me the same way. I regret to tell you, my love, that things did not turn out in the way that we planned. I will not be able to meet you where we originally agreed. If this letter finds you, just know, my love, that our Lord will reward me in the highest regard if you can continue what we started. Yours always, Nathaniel."
Our Lord?
Yeah, like big L. And I don't know who Elizabeth is because no one wants to fucking use last names, and it was
Well, but he was human and he was writing the letter in Elvish.
Right.
It was a human family.
And you said you were not red in the dream. Were you human?
Well, I had tan skin.
Was the woman you saw human?
Yeah, she had long blonde hair. I mean, there was not a lot of her left, but she looked human.
Right. Can I make like a history check to see if there was any from that dream walk I did with Nathaniel in that room, if there was anything I picked up on that might be ringing a bell right now?
Picked up on how?
Like in the room, like just any sort of hints at all, basically. Just like based off my perception of the room that he was in writing.
Go ahead and roll a history check.
Just because Kristy can't remember it all.
Mm-hmm.
18.
So in that dream, you had gone from a completely empty room with a window that was looking out to a desert.
Right, yeah, I remember that.
And he was unable to open the door in that dream.
Right.
Anytime he went and moved towards the door would move to a different wall.
Mm-hmm.
You, however, were able to open the door.
Yeah.
And it went into a office. And flames were like starting to take over the room, basically. And Sir had taken the moment to read this letter before being overcome by the flames and waking up.
Mm-hmm.
It was a big office with like a big wooden desk. Bookshelves lining the walls. Lots of trinkets, lots of like there was like a bronze microscope that was being stored on the bookshelf as like decoration. It was like those kinds of trinkets and decorations on the walls. Very wealthy family, clearly. The office was large and it was very well outfitted. Nothing directly pointing you towards connecting it to what Sir is talking about, but that's what you remember from the dream.
And there was like gold rivets, right? There was like, it has very intricate gold book, like the bookshelves were really fancy. Like they had a lot of money.
Yeah, clearly.
Was Nathaniel not wearing a shirt, or was Ace not wearing a shirt? He says no shirt.
I wasn't wearing a shirt.
I'm like reading these very vague notes, and I'm like, was that Nathaniel or was that Ace? It was probably Ace, but I should check. All right. Well, now I'm not so sure how to make interpretations on this because I'm now interpreting a memory, not a dream. But it is interesting that your soul is very connected to that, to the point where it's giving you physical pain from a memory.
I mean, if it was a memory of when I got hurt, wouldn't that make sense?
But you said it was when you were walking up the stairs that your shoulder started hurting, right?
Yeah.
No one was hurting you.
Oh, no, I guess not.
I think your soul's confused. I know. I'm not adding anything helpful here, but I'm just trying to figure out what your soul exactly is trying to tell you. It's strange. Maybe we can look into his family and maybe go to that house. Maybe if we go to that house, find his house where he was writing the letter, we could find something.
Yeah. Maybe. I mean, they're not just gonna let us in. Last time I heard, there was like an investigation, but they didn't figure out anything.
Well, Me and Taurus can be pretty persuasive, and if not, we'll just ask around and see who can pull some strings to let us in. You haven't even tried yet. Let's try to get you into that room.
Yeah. Okay.
Unless you don't want to. I just think that's probably the best place to start.
I want to. I do.
Then we'll
Because-
do whatever we can to make sure you get that.
Okay.
I promise.
Thank you. I'm sorry for waking you up.
Okay, you're okay.
I am.
Have some
Okay.
tea.
Okay.
You drink your tea, attempt to calm down, and eventually you find your way back to a restless but dreamless sleep. And that is where we will wrap up for the evening.
Oh, jeez.
So,
Am I even a real tiefling? There was a devil! I'm a
Who
tiefling!
are you?
Wowie.
You're breaking the rules of Dream World. What the heck?
I mean, my brain is fucky wucky.
Yeah, very fucky wucky.
There's a lot of memories stuck in there.
Got to find the
Ooh,
memories. Ooh,
Thanks for the memories.
ooh, hello. Knock, knock.
Don't thank me. I don't want to thank anyone for those memories. That was not fun.
Thanks for the memories, even though they weren't that great.
Alright, is there
Okay.
anything anybody would like to throw out there before we sign off?
Mystic Hour tomorrow. Detroit Become Human Part 4. Let's go.
LittleDragonCorp.com, coupon code bonus, BONUS.
10% off your order. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
If you're able to, please consider donating to our lovely DM Chel's GoFundMe page, so that they can get into a happier, healthier home.
Yes.
Because as you can see, they are literally so good
So amazing.
at what they do, and being able to be in a healthier space will allow them to do that even better, which just means better D&D for
Happier
everyone.
Chel, happier players, happy everybody.
Their Twitter handle is right there in the chat. The GoFundMe page is the pinned tweet right on top of their Twitter page. If you can, please consider donating, because Chel means so much to us, and it would help them
We
out
love
a lot.
them.
Ooh, we love them.
Even
love
when
them
they
so
give
much.
me nightmares.
Oh,
of
Even when they
murdered.
edge our characters.
But that's all from me.
Well, when you're on the beach with your friends, making poo-poo sandcastles,
Oh, it's my turn now.
It's finally
Finally.
vindication!
please make sure to add your proficiency bonus.
Ayo.
See you next week, everyone.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Bye.